Alright, welcome back to Monday Night Mountaineers. We are, actually you're going to be seeing this on Tuesday or whenever you actually watch our stream, because we are recording and we'll be posting it a day after we play, so you can no longer give me weird ways of, like, you should make the, what was the one, you should make the aboleth kill them, was my brother's thing. I'm like, no, it's actually a fake aboleth, like, I can't do that, but he was really trying to be part of it. So you can't do that anymore.
For our death.
Yeah, you can't root for their deaths anymore in real time, but we're seeing if that includes, yeah, you can absolutely do it later. You can even message me and say, hey, next time you should do this.
I mean, when
I'm
you
in.
have a Facebook page, there's a million and one ways.
It's so true. Also, we have some upcoming events. This Sunday, I don't know what the Sunday is, the 17th or the 18th? The 18th, I have a little calendar on my computer. The 18th, we're going to be at Farm Strong Brewing in Mount Vernon. On the 25th, which is the next Sunday, we won't what?
We won't be brewing.
No, we'll be drinking their brews.
Yes.
But, yeah. On the 25th, we'll be in Ferndale, basically Canada. So anybody who's in Canada wants to come down, come on down. We'll
Canadian fans.
Yeah. And then I believe it's the next week or the one after that? No, the 8th. So 2 after that, we'll be back at Farmstrong. No, we'll be back at Downtime Taps in Ferndale.
For the first D&D.
Because the other one is our newbie night. So that's great for if you want to come. We're going to do partial. We're going to do a partial character creation and a partial how to actually play the game. We're going to run a little one shot.
It's $5.
It'll be fun.
It'll be great.
And then the $5 you pay is a kind of a deposit if you want to come back.
Yeah, if you want to come back on that 8th, you can, or any D&D game will honor that. But yeah, so it'll be $15 for you instead of our normal $20. So I know.
I like some stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome. So it'll be great. We're expanding. I'm super excited about that.
And then the 15th,
15th.
Gear Gaming will be at the Marysville Stop and Shop Craft.
Whoa, that'll be fun. Okay, so come check us out in Marysville too.
I have new gear.
New gear.
Since the last time I was out.
Are we also doing character creation there, or was that a Ferndale specific? Sure.
I mean,
You have the stuff still.
I would just say, just come to the event.
Yeah, just come hang out. Come say hi to us, tell us who your favorite character is. We will talk your ear off. Or if you say, I gotta go, we'll be like, alright, bye.
Yeah.
Follow us on these things.
At any D&D event, we are there early, so you can come by and get a character anyway.
And then we're super close to like 50 subscribers on YouTube, so let's bump that up, you guys. Let's invite your friends. You can subscribe to us and not even do the bell notification, but I would really love it if you also do the bell notification. So I do the thing where it's like right here.
My mom to watch.
Can I do the thing where I point and it'll like show up at the... Don't forget to hit the subscribe down here, and also the bell notification. It's not going to be in any sort of order, but it's okay. I tried. Sorry, geez, I'm trying my hand at being cool.
No, it's great.
Those people aren't.
I'm a fellow... Okay, well,
Very annoying.
we're the cool
We're
ones.
sitting here on a table playing D&D.
How cool can we be right now? We're the coolest. Yeah.
When we take like 2 minutes for the intro, that's when it's back.
Okay, well, we already hit the 2-minute mark, so I'm not...
Well, we have announcements. That's not like,
Oh, like, hey,
we're doing announcements.
yeah, we're announcing our
Yes,
events.
in
Yeah.
real life.
Yeah.
It's the
Come
people
play
who
with
have
us.
this 3-minute intro that's the same every time. It's not new information.
Lame.
Like,
Yeah, we don't like that.
subscribe, this.
Although ours are kind of dated, we're like, oh, this date, and they're like, well, I watched that like a month ago. Otherwise, other than our announcements, let me remind the party where we are, okay? We are in Willowwood. Willowwood the Y, I know. Currently, the party took out some cloakers and actually, killed something in Willowwood, even though when they first arrived, it specifically said, I don't remember what it said, do no harm.
It said, do no
Yes,
harm
let's-
lest you be harmed. So, like,
Yep.
we're all hurting right now.
Yeah.
So really, I just think that, like, if you're stupid enough to attack things like we did,
Mhm.
then it's gonna hurt.
Maybe it's gonna hurt. Yeah, so the thing already came true. You
Yeah.
are
I think
harmed.
self-defense is fine. To me, it's not like
It wasn't really
self-defense is
self-defense, I'll say that.
fine. We didn't. They attacked us first.
Mm-hmm.
So
We
it was
didn't know. We
self-defense.
should have known because it was fun.
Yep. So here we are. Actually, we did complete the long rest because I had the 3 watches and they were fine. So I believe you took care of that at the end, but if you didn't, just double check the character sheet, make sure you're not actually hurting right now. Yarp. Throughout the night, actually throughout the mid-morning because you fought during the night and then slept a little bit. It's probably like, let's say it's nearing noon. The birds are chirping. Oh, wait, the birds are chirping. Let me make the birds chirp.
Hey, Carlon, didn't your poem you said the other day say something about waterfalls? I noticed at the end of the passageway there looked like a bunch of crystalline. That could be kind of
It said that
like water.
her heart is trapped beneath a wave.
I
I don't know if the waterfall counts, but you can take a look.
see if there's a wave amongst them.
Can't hurt to check.
Oh, I
I
can't.
mean, it absolutely did. Considering how well that last "it couldn't hurt to check" thing went.
Well, we could go where the lady said to go, or we could just leave.
So the lady said to go to the tower.
Yeah.
And our other option is leave.
Yeah.
We have two options. So either go where we're talking about going, or leaving, not going up there to look at the
Because
water.
apparently the last time we went to go check something out, it didn't go very well.
Exactly.
So we're limited down to two options if we remove that one.
Correct.
So which option are we going to take then?
I mean, our host has been pretty patient, I think,
I follow.
like letting us sleep.
The waterfall.
Oh, you're going
The halflings are
into.
gone again.
Sure.
Let's go. Come on, buddy.
I'm not coming!
That's fine. You can stay right
We're
here
intending
with
to
your
be patient.
handy cloaks.
When I say the
When
halflings,
I
it's
set my mind
usually
to something,
not the
I'll
ones
go
that
through
are
it no matter what
immediate
gets in
group,
my
like
So,
using
It's
elevated
usually me or
the
you, but
halfling
just
that
like,
stays
oh,
with
big-
me, usually the boss.
Carlin, I just want to clarify that you're going into where the crystals are, in the back here.
Yeah, there was like the waterfall
I'm following for
description
sure.
thing.
Sure.
That I'm going to
So-
take a look at it.
Okay.
I'm
Are you going
contractually obligated to follow
into?
my boss.
Are you going up to the gate? Are you going into the thing? Or are
I just
you?
want to take a look at the waterfall mural thing.
I want to go up.
Let me refresh your memory on
I
this.
would
'cause
like to
you-
go up to the actual top of
Okay.
the stairs and look out and
Okay.
see what I can see.
So, the walls of this 60-foot high cavern are covered with naturally formed crystal draperies that resemble frozen waterfalls. Not specifically like a mural or anything, but
So
just
there's
they're sort of like a cascade of crystals along the walls.
Do any of
There's
them?
also a fissure right across the ceiling, and the moaning seems to be coming from that fissure along the ceiling.
Clearly, there's probably more. There's probably more of those things up there. Take a look around and see if any of these formations might be perceived as a wave.
I want you to do a perception check.
I would like to help.
Okay.
Thank you for that. That's much better.
Okay.
Yeah. That's an 11.
Okay. If you kind of like squint and turn your head right, one of them sort of looks like maybe it's like bluish.
Okay.
But in general, it seems like a fancy description of the crystals and not necessarily like a come check out this quest line or anything.
Soul is very confused as to what the function of this observing platform is.
Mhm.
They're up there, like, and they're not falling out and hitting the ground. Like, what are we even standing on?
So this is a gate. So it has these like
Can they get
like,
over?
like a place
ramparts?
to stand.
Or ramparts. So
No, so there's like the stairway that goes up, and it's
Yeah.
it's like these watchtowers.
Mhm.
But there's nobody up there right now except for Cotrix. And then there's the same thing that pulls the gate open on the same side that you're on.
Oh, so they can't like go over where the watchtowers are from the gap.
You can walk up to these watchtowers via the stairs. That's the wrong button. Hold on. You can walk up to these watchtowers from the stairs. I'm gonna actually put you where you are. I don't know.
I think it's like an elevated wall.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
You can walk across the top.
Right, you can go from side to side.
But is there any room like over our heads where like cloakers could just literally crawl out of the gap over us?
So this is a cave, so it goes up to a 65-foot ceiling. Yeah, there's certain places that like cloakers could like be hiding up there. But the main noise is coming from the fissure in the ceiling, in the very highest pinnacle point at 60 feet.
This is not a good containment area.
I don't think there's anything here, Sherry.
I don't think it's supposed to be.
I can. How big does this cavern look?
You can't quite see the edges of it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Right close to the edges of your vision, you can see the far wall. But you can't, yep. I'm opening it up too. So you can see the far wall from where you are, but you can't see the edges this way or this way.
Which way is
Sorry,
the rift
so-
running?
Straight across the ceiling. Let me draw you something. Freehand. Oh wait. Oh, that just showed up randomly. Cool. Like that-ish. There's a rift.
In the ceiling.
Okay.
Nice.
There's your rift.
Perfect.
So good. It's gonna get in the way when I start moving people, but
Alright. I don't know. Alistair hid whatever you're looking for, and he's a genius.
So do you think it's going to be that easy to find?
No, that's my point. I think it'll be impossible to find somewhere where it's extremely difficult to get through.
Which, with all these clover, that could be this place.
Could be someplace else too.
Could be the spiders.
Or somewhere along the river.
I'm fine with leaving this for now.
You'll know it's here.
lock it away.
Let's go back.
Okay. You rejoin Tomna and Bra, who were sitting and chatting. We can do the sit and chat part when Bra actually gets here.
Sure.
Sure. Do you have any things to sit and chat about? Are we going all the way back out into the world?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me grab the party and then recenter you. Alright, there you go. So you're back. There's the spiders across the way in their little enclosure. And you can still see the tower ahead. It is daylight. You are in a forest, but through the trees, there's this like just green flash fly overhead. Circle around and go back to the tower that's more towards the south east.
Someone always told me green flashing lights never mean anything
It's
good.
not all light. Just see some green through the trees.
Is it like thick enough coverage here that it's like only dim light down at the bottom of the tree line?
No, it's actually bright daylight. I'm not going to give you anything for this level, I'm sorry.
How high up is
What's
the
it like?
ceiling?
You can't see the ceiling, but so straight up you can just see like the sunlight and the clouds going by. Birds fly by overhead
How
occasionally.
high was the green flash?
It was at least 60 feet up. Yeah.
Well,
Almost half the birds on their phones.
yeah, I don't. Half the party's
I know.
waiting to check out. I don't
Are
know.
we back
No, no,
to...
I'm looking something up.
Okay.
Plus.
We do have really cool technology these days. It's pretty neat. So then to your
What do you
southwest,
think? Should we go to the tower?
this is the tower.
I think that's the best place to go for now. Get some more information.
Alright. Well, I guess we'll just start heading towards the tower.
Alright, that's it.
Maybe it's so that I'm not, exploring this area completely blind. Also, if we're really much longer, we might piss that would be off.
We could just check that out right now.
I'm gonna reveal some areas on the way. There's nothing really cool here that you don't already know. My thing says something about moaning, but I'm pretty sure we took care of that. Alright. So we stroll through the forest. There's little birds that will perch and fly away. Maybe a little lizard or two just scurries underfoot. You have a couple bugs, just some bees
More structure to the south.
flying around. You do see like a wall, and it's kind of crumbling. Like it used to be a good, I don't know, probably 20, 30 feet, but there's these it's broken and open and completely passable. We're at
Does there seem to be any sort of a track?
You do a
Path?
do a check for me. Do a
Survival?
survival check. I need to get back in the mode, you guys. It's been a while.
Sure. 8.
Okay. Not really. It looks like there's just general paths that you're following, but no specific.
Did anybody
tracks.
see a door?
How much
Or a way
further
in?
in the distance is the tower?
It's 60 or so feet. You're starting to
Oh.
come up to it. Want to do anything before we get any closer?
I
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna use my divine sense.
Okay.
Mage armor.
Okay. What does your divine sense do? Remind me.
Undead, celestials, and fiends.
Within 60 feet, not behind total cover.
Okay. You don't feel anything.
Okay.
Does anybody see a door?
No, I don't think so. Do you see the
Which way should we go? We just gonna walk up and knock on the wall?
And the door appears.
Can I head due south from my position and check through the gaps in the crumbling wall?
Yeah, sure. You're not going to be surprised at all. More forest.
Can I do a perception check to
Sure.
see if there's a door on that side?
Go for it. Receive away.
That's gonna be an 18.
You don't see a door from where you are specifically, but you do see what looks like a path that leads around to the south side of the tower.
Found the way in.
Off in the distance, you hear like an elk.
Alright.
That's
I can't make an elk noise. But yeah, you've heard it before.
That's a good sign.
Then I kind of.
I'll run down.
Okay, I'll just grab that
Right.
party. There we go. I'm just gonna take the party. Unless
No
somebody.
one's warning.
I'm gonna assume they are all together
They're
unless
up
somebody
there.
tells me otherwise.
Just take a,
What's around?
yeah,
Um,
just more forward.
lots of forest. If you go a little bit further, maybe you'll see some other stuff. But you're at the tower. This tower looks. So there's this tower. It's squat in stone and carved in the likeness of a tree. So what you saw from far away that looked like a tree that had been carved into a home is actually the opposite. It's a home that's been carved into a tree to look like a tree. There's these twisted bows that are reaching from the walls to the sky, and there's bats that are hanging down like holiday ornaments. And then at the base, as you walk up, you do see a 12-foot high arch framing stone double doors, a rope hanging by the door, begging to be tugged.
Is it like literally begging?
It's not saying tug me, but it's contempting. You just want to reach out and.
A nature check on those bats. Do they seem hostile?
You can certainly do a nature check on those bats.
Bats. I know about bats. Let me help you.
Solid.
Thank you.
Good reasoning.
I'm going through the door.
Got an 11 with help.
Oh, that's really good with them.
Bats.
Those are bats. They're pretty cool. They're not like, it's daylight, and they're just sort of sleeping, so it's not like they don't look like they're hungry or anything.
Do they look like they're large size bats or just
They
regular
do
size?
look like big old bats.
Big old bats.
Dire bats.
What's the difference between the terrain there? Which one gray or white is that?
How many of them are there? I want to count.
Hold on. This is a. It's like a. This is cavern wall, but I don't know. I feel like it's from the forest to like stone. I'll dig it. And you asked me how many there are. I would say like a dozen the last time I said that you got mad at me. And a bigger dozen or so.
Hey,
8.
if those things
Oh.
come at us, that trick you do, where you make all sound disappear, probably very effective.
If she's going for the door.
Giant eagles.
Okay.
That I don't know.
So
Also effective.
to the
In that
south you
blind
kind of see these
silence.
alcoves. As you walk up to the door, these are.
Before you talk about that, I want to inspect it for sort of traps.
You're gonna inspect the door traps. Go for it. Coraline, you're with her.
Go up and take a look in that first alcove.
Okay.
What is it to look for traps? Perception?
Yeah, you sure? Actually,
I don't know.
I think it's investigation, but they're basically the same.
13.
Okay, this looks like a door.
Sweet, I'm opening it.
All right.
It's calling me.
Code tricks.
Yes.
This first alcove is filled with skeletons. Picked clean, unceremoniously dumped, and the wind and the dust have cleaned them up.
Don't open the door!
As you say that, the door opens, and a tree, an awakened tree, that you can't see this, but kind of looks like that mage that was in Skullport that you had that little fight with. Yeah, like the features of this tree are kind of carved to look like that mage. I know, but I'm describing the tree. Yeah, it's kind of weirdly looking like Hallister. But this, he opens the door, this tree, and he says, visitors, my fair lady will be pleased to receive you, and I beg ye in. And he opens the door wider and makes space for you to walk in.
I look around until the rest of the party.
Soul, get up here.
I will move up.
Two Kodricks.
Yeah.
Okay.
What size of tree is this?
This is a...
Is it a person-sized tree, or is it like a
It's-
tree that looks like Hallister?
It's a tree that looks like Hallister.
So it's like
But it's also inside this tower. So I would say it's maybe like a good 15 feet at the very pinnacle. Maybe the branches are flattened out a little bit from the top of the ceiling.
As it's walking up and around, like
Yeah, just
like a branches against stone kind of thing.
exactly.
Can I check the closest skulls for teeth marks specifically around the head?
Absolutely. Why don't you do a investigation for
I
that?
will definitely not going to do
Okay.
that.
Soul's very close to having some flashbacks.
Mhm.
It's 15 total.
There is an absence of symptoms. There's no broken bones. There's no teeth marks. There's no burn marks. These are just,
Real skeletons?
they are real
What
skeletons.
kind of races?
It looks, the majority of them look humanoid.
Pigs can't eat people that efficiently.
Something here can.
Yeah.
Why didn't you want us to open the door?
Not eggs.
Message.
There is an alcove filled with bones over here. And I didn't even message that back. I just said it all out loud.
Around the,
I'm gonna ask it without going in. Who is this lady?
Willow, come in, come in.
Why is there an alcove of bones over here?
Just yelling out from the
I totally
balcony.
changed my voice for that one, I'm sorry. She can answer everything. Just come on in. That was a different voice
What's
too.
the
Close the
intent?
door.
Huh?
What's the intent behind the voice?
It's a very welcoming butler. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
How
I'm
do I
trying to
know
make it like
you
deep like a
guys
tree
not
would.
mean me harm?
You've been walking around the woods for however long, and we haven't hurt you yet.
My insight facts.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's,
Oh. Sure.
it's gonna be a modified 20.
Like, very, very honest. They could have killed you already and have not. So.
I sense that if it wanted us dead, we would be dead by now.
Alcove of bones.
Yeah, you make those all the time.
I don't even know how to make an
I look
alcove.
at Coraline.
I'm gonna start going
Coraline and I
inside.
walk in.
Okay. All right.
I'll follow.
Okay.
We're talking to like Coraline. And he has to go wherever you go.
gonna follow you.
So pretty much he has to go wherever she goes.
We'll see. We'll see.
I can complain a lot about it and have some free will, but that severance bonus is not good enough for me to survive my breach contract, okay?
As you walk in, there's another set of double doors that the tree opens and asks you to enter, and I'm going to reveal the first, because they gave me the different layers of the tower. So I'm going to do that. I don't want to move you way over here, so I have to put you back later, but I can at least show you what you're looking at.
This tower's looking
In
at
Yeah.
Coraline, in your head, do you still have that wand just in case?
I don't know how you nod in your head, that works for me.
She nodded out loud.
Okay, nodding out loud.
She's nodding. Like,
Yes. Okay, so there.
It's in Spanish.
You enter into an audience hall. There is the main thing that you see first. There are these stone pillars that are carved into trees, which are these.
Yes.
Those things. And at the heart of these trees is a crystal throne, on which sits an elven maiden with emerald eyes and jet black hair. Outer side is a tentacled panther, purring at her touch. One eye is closed happily and the other is kind of warily staring at you. And she smiles at you. And even though you've seen the sun for the first time in weeks, it can't compare to her smile as she welcomes you. Welcome to my domain. You may call me Willow, of Willow's Wood. Harm not these lands, lest ye be harmed. Come in, come in.
Is that what happened to the alcove of bones?
They... Hold on, I have the wrong layer. Ah, where'd she go? Come back. And deleted Willow. End of story, you guys.
Woohoo, we killed her! She was so scared of our faces.
She was
Just
standing
now
out
with
with
that
us.
guy.
And level 6. No, she explains to you that those are the dead who harmed the land and were therefore harmed. But even though you took care of those cloakers, you really have nothing to worry about from me. They were kind of becoming a nuisance anyways, so.
Well, the sense that unless we harmed us, so we feel weird.
You were also harmed in the process, so I think it's fair. I was hoping that you'd come to me first so I could ask you to take care of that little problem for me, but I guess you just read my mind and came in anyways. My crystal chair will tell me everything that happens in these lands.
Insight.
Go for it.
19.
Okay. She's telling you the truth. There's also, it looks like there's maybe a few more there, and I'm trying to find the information so I can actually tell you about that too. So that first alcove there was the adventurers who harmed my lands, and other ones are from the old priory. They started hurting my lands as well, so I had to take care
So
of
you
them.
have 2 alcoves.
I had many. It was quite the big priory, so I had to carve some stones to make room for them.
What is
But,
it, priority?
it's like an old, like an abbot, or a abbey or an old like priesthood place. So.
I'm assuming that's what the walls were a part of.
Yes. Yeah. And if you were to go further south, which I'm hoping you will, you can actually see the rest of the priory down there. And
Why do you want us to go south?
well, I have another little problem that I'm hoping you can help me with. I have a colony that's, well, she described this really well. Hold on. needs to be
Cold.
taken care of. Yeah. They're
18 on the inside of all that.
okay. Well, I haven't finished yet.
I know.
Where's my? I haven't highlighted this before this, you guys. I'm so sad right now. Where's my quest? Ah! I didn't highlight this part for some dumb reason. Vermin infest my demons, threatening the delicate balance of these woods that I've so carefully cultivated. There are goblins. They're cursed with lycanthropy. And they wield the curse of the bat as a weapon with which they decide whom amongst my children die. They've worn out their welcome, and though it pains me to order this, they must all be put to the sword. All of them. And I ask you to let none live to spread this foul disease.
I mean, if you are so strong that if you wanted us dead, you'd be dead, wouldn't it just be more effective for you to kill them instead of us?
It would, but I'm trying not to kill people lately, so it would help
So
me
you
to
get
take
others to do
care
it
of
for you?
That would be ideal. I guess I could do it if you were to just, you can pass freely through my lands and go, and I'll take care of it myself later. But since you're here, and
Is there any reward? Anything you have to offer that would make us
Like a sword. For
Or
instance.
information about a sword?
I'm not sure what story you're talking about, but I can gladly
I
give
will
you
recite the
information.
poem word for word right now.
Tiralai, interesting. That's the name of my dragon. Don't really know what sword you're talking about, but he's over there if you want to go talk to him. He's a very valuable member of the society, and
What color is
What
he?
society?
this whole underground, my
What's it
willow
called?
willowwood.
What type of dragon?
It's a green dragon.
Neat.
I don't remember my dragon
Uh,
colors. Or green dragon?
The bats out front,
Mm-hmm.
are they related?
To the dragon?
No. To
To the goblins? No. They're just here. They're part of the ecosystem.
And through all of this, is there any sense of hatred towards the, I'm going to say, werebats?
Yeah. There's this venomous thing that she kind of comes off when she talks about them. They've been harming her in some way. You're not sure what way, but she certainly does vehemently want them gone. And then for your 18, this is all being very honest. She's a simple druid. She doesn't lie.
How do you call your beast next to you?
This is
That's a
What's his name?
displacer beast.
I call him Chrisen.
His hide would make a fine cloak.
Oh, don't listen to that, my pretty. She covers his ears.
Is it a displacer beast?
I believe so.
Oh, okay. There's something different that I thought it was from the
That looks-
Cult source book.
It
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
looks like.
So I was starting to get like super excited.
It's not that.
Is it just me, or does that look like one of the Pandorian panthers from Avatar?
A little bit, yeah. Many legs.
Like.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That is what she looks like, except not with the tentacles. And a couple less legs.
Dan, you have to close the X on our screen.
What is with the habitat of spiders and what were they called? The
Driders.
No.
Ettercaps.
Ettercaps.
Oh, they're just part of my ecosystem. Everything has a place, and I don't really want them,
So if everything has a
Around,
place,
but-
why don't the werebats have a place?
They had a place, and I
They
gave
had
them
a place, and
I
you
gave
decided to get rid of them.
I gave them a home, and they, for whatever reason, got out of hand.
You gave an inch and they took a mile.
That's right, and it's really unfortunate, but they're disrupting my natural ecosystem, and I can't have that.
Does the green dragon have a name?
You invited them into your
Really?
ecosystem with the way you're talking.
I did. I let them here.
Yeah. Then they are a part of it.
Yeah, but
You don't
they're...
have the right to revoke that.
It's unfortunate you think that.
Just stretching with my hand conspicuously near my hilt. Don't mind me.
Do-do-do-do. I wish you said that in character.
He did, just not loud enough.
Just like, oh, I was in a negotiation.
How long have you been here?
Eons.
Did you ever know Hallister?
Once. My husband.
He was your husband?
No. Oh God, no. My husband was one of his mages. And I'm an elven druid and I couldn't stand being underground for this long. So through various wish spells in order to keep my husband here, Hallister created this place to make me feel like I'm still above ground.
What's your husband's name?
I totally remember.
I remember him like yesterday. Hold on.
Mini boss sub level 15.
Yeah.
Actually, it's me boss at level 16.
Ah, Yark. There it is. My husband was Yark, and yeah, it was Yark. Yinark. And you know, this place did help, but Yark forbid me from ever going back home or to the surface, and it's
Why didn't you just divorce him?
there's not really such a thing as divorce down here. Instead, we had a little spat.
Actually, the old-fashioned divorce.
And he didn't make it.
So you killed him?
Our own fight killed him. It was necessary, but I do.
How do you know he's dead?
I killed him myself.
But is that his grave that we passed on our way here?
No, that's Kassan's.
Do you have his book?
I don't. It's not here anymore. I believe it was ruined in the fight. It was quite a violent affair.
It's too
What was the
bad,
fight
because I'd
about?
help you for that book.
It's unfortunate.
What was the fight about?
I told you he wouldn't let me go back to the surface, and
Well, now that he's dead, why don't you go back to the surface?
I've made this my home, and if I were to leave, it would.
So it sounds like you killed him for nothing.
It did, and I forever regret it.
So the
Right,
grave.
inside, if she
who's
actually
that?
regrets that.
Kassan's.
Who's that?
He was a friend of mine, a human mercenary.
17.
One thing at a time, guys.
I know. I have so much story here, you guys. Chill. Human mercenary, and he was my friend. He I was really close to loving another. Hallister uses magic to turn him against me. And heartbroken, I had some help and slew him. That's his grave, and I named my beast after him.
Is that the truth?
Go ahead and roll an insight check.
My insight.
16.
That's the truth. And then what was your insight for?
If she actually regretted killing her husband.
And you rolled what?
A 17.
She is of two minds. She loved him and wishes he was still here, but didn't like being controlled. And so she loves him and misses him, but also doesn't regret killing him. Or does also regret those things. Both those things are true.
She does. She regrets. And
She regrets it and doesn't regret it. She wishes it had turned out differently. So in terms of Hallister, I'm grateful for him for providing this home and keeping this place alive with the magic, but I am angry with him for the death of my husband and my friends.
I mean, the death of your husband, you should have been at a house before.
It's true. I'm also sad for him because it appears that he's also trapped in a prison that he made.
Why does your tree look like Alistair?
He created it.
What do you mean he's trapped in a prison?
Well, he also can't leave. He's mad in his own mind, and he's mad in his own creation. He's been deep underground for years, and I know that being underground just for a little bit of time drove me a little crazy, and so he created this place for me. I'm grateful for him, but I hope that he also created a place for himself, so that way he doesn't go crazy. I think it's a little bit too late for that. Plus, he poured a lot of wish spells into this place for me.
Did he visit you often?
He came here frequently. He had to. I don't know if you know this, but mages can't do a wish spell continuously, so we had to keep coming back and wished for this and wished for that, and created this place using those. And then he would come back and check on his mage and check to make sure I'm still happy, so that way he's happy, and ruining my friendship with the mercenary and all of these things. So he would come back frequently.
Is it harder to cast a wish spell or something like that?
So-
If you don't use it to duplicate the effects of an 8th level or lower spell.
He was like that or something, right?
Was there a place here that he spent more time than others?
I'd say probably my own home or walking the forests, but he didn't have like a guest quarters or anything like that. He would come and go as he pleased.
What was the green flash?
Probably the dragon.
The dragon?
Yeah, my dragon. He's part of the ecosystem too.
Tiralai, the dragon.
Mm-hmm. What's his name?
Is he friendly to you?
Yeah. He's part of my ecosystem, and he's really important to me, and I don't know. He's my friend.
He's never hurt you.
Oh,
So he wouldn't hurt us as your guests?
probably not. I could send a bird ahead to tell him.
That would be great.
Yeah, and she kind of whistles and a bird lands, and then she talks to it, and then it flies off.
Which direction to the dragon?
He's the other tower, a little bit to the south, or a little
By
bit
the
to the
river?
east from here. Yeah, right by the river.
That's a good thing we gave this one first.
Wouldn't that be fun? I would have shown you the dragon before that, but yeah. Yeah, it's probably just due southeast from here, down by the river. And south from that is the whereabouts, in case you decide to take me up on my offer.
You don't know any information about the sword that.
I don't know what sword you're talking about. It's kind of weird that my dragon's named the same thing, but
Information. Maybe flip like that. There.
How old is the dragon?
I don't know. He's older than I am.
How old are you?
It's hard to keep track down here because, the time passes when I tell it to, so it's hard to keep track of years. Autumn's my favorite season, so it's frequently autumn here.
Can you make it permanently dusk for a while?
No, but that would disrupt the ecosystem. But maybe.
Does having it constantly be autumn not disrupt your ecosystem?
I go through all the seasons, just autumn's a little longer. It doesn't seem to disrupt anything. This is my favorite, though. Pumpkins
I
everywhere.
don't think you yet offered us what you're willing to pay to have us exterminate these.
I can tell you
Goblin
how to
bats.
go from here. Anything you want to know. I could tell you where the next level is. It's a secret. It's hidden, so it'd be hard to find. But I have no. I own this place, so you can pass freely through here. You can be my guests, or I can tell you where to go.
What are the where-gobos sitting on by way of money or resources?
I think that they're fairly poor, but whatever you find down there you can keep. I don't mind. I don't need it.
Are they more bat-minded or goblin-minded?
I'd say they're probably 50-50.
So, are they one with the land, or have they started building little fortifications? Those are frustrating when given time to prepare.
Some of them have taken some. There's some caves down to the south of my domain that they've moved into. I don't know that they have fortified anything. They're just sort of living there, but yeah.
Do they have a bully or war boss that's been keeping them in check?
Well, they used to rule, but they kicked him out. I don't think that'll do any good, but they seem to think that'll do some good.
Where's he at?
I don't care.
Could you, with your all-seeing eyes on your crystal throne, perhaps, as an advance for terms of service, let us know where the old war boss is? I mean, it's one less in your domain.
I suppose. She'll close her eyes for a little bit. It seems that he's taken up I don't know, near the werebats, but along the river there's a little cave that he seems to have hidden himself in. And she does that with the air quotes because she sees all, you know.
So yeah, Gobbo, a Hobbo Gobbo, or a Booga Booga, or something else.
He was leading them, and they weren't bothering your ecosystem. So what if we put them back in charge, and they stopped bothering your ecosystem?
No, he was the reason they were bothering it, so they kicked him out, but I don't think that would change them enough. He's a werebat.
Have they stopped bothering your ecosystem?
For now, but it's only a matter of time before those vermin take over again.
How do you know?
You know how these things work. They'll breed.
The breed?
They'll
What are they?
breed.
They'll breed.
So do your
Well, it's their
cats
order.
and so do your spiders.
Yeah, but they take care of each other and they don't breed like these vermin do.
Spiders eat each other.
Well, I would like to go talk to this guy.
Sounds like it might be useful in taking care of your problem.
Well, show him respect and don't steal the treasure and let him know you're on your way, so.
Is there a tribute we should bring?
No, he's take care of himself out here. I don't think he needs anything. If you have something that you want to give, some gems or something, I'm sure he'd like to add it to his treasure, but.
One last question before we leave. We had noticed this cavern has these strange crystals.
Mm-hmm.
What can you tell us about it?
Everything has a place in my land. It's another beautiful part of nature.
You should know there's more cloakers up there.
I guess I'll have to take care of those. Thank you for telling me.
I mean, we could also take care of those.
You're welcome to. I think there's quite a few, is what I've heard, so I don't know if you're up for that more than the were-rats, but
Because you're all powerful.
it's true. Thank you for noticing.
So, I'm gonna give her like a bow and thank
Okay.
you. Stay on her good graces, and I'm gonna look at Coraline and then start walking out the
Okay, I'm
door.
gonna bow like 3 times. I'm super
Okay.
excited right now. I'm like,
Do you know why I traveled all the way to Chult to hire you, Soul?
Are you still in
Do
there?
we wanna-
No, we're walking
Okay.
out.
I was gonna
We're
say,
walking
do
out.
we want to talk about my contract in front
As
of
you-
her because
as you
we
leave-
genocide something that I can be paid for?
As you leave, before you go through this process, she's gonna say, "Hey, Druid," and kind of wink at you. Say, you know, if you ever need somewhere to sleep, let me know. I wouldn't mind some company.
Okay.
All right, carry on.
can't travel all the way to Chalk because of the hierarchy system down there. Pretty much non-existent. We'll be bowing and scraping to some fancy druid in a tree.
It was a sign of respect.
Yeah.
Respect for what? She's not respecting an entire race of people.
Thought you didn't take sides.
I'm not. Why should I take her side?
I mean, my knowledge of were creatures is thin. Well, for I know, most were creatures aren't good people.
So just because something's evil, you have to eliminate it?
You don't have to, but it might help, the world be a better place.
Why is it your job to make the world a better place?
Due respect, this isn't really the world.
It's our world right now.
Nothing that's down here really belongs down here. This whole place needs to be eliminated.
Perhaps.
I
But
mean,
it's
we can
all an
always-
ecosystem, just like up above.
On our way to exterminate them, we could stop and talk to them and get their side of the story.
I'm fine with that, but you all are ready to jump down the elf maiden's throat and try to save her, damsel in distress and all.
No, I was just showing politeness in front of somebody who has a dragon at her disposal.
That causes you to be polite to someone?
Well, I'd rather not be cooked.
Wouldn't you...
Green dragons don't cook you.
Burn the skin off your arms, right? We went over this
I
in
don't-
the lessons.
Yes. Yeah.
Your knowledge, my dragon knowledge is thin. I do know that some colors of dragons are inherently good or evil. What is the
You can dragonist.
Does the DM require me to roll for this?
Sure, you need to check.
Great. Alright. Nature check.
Mhm.
16.
Okay, you can color.
Well, I want to know going in. Like,
In general terms, the chromatic dragons are good. No, evil. And the metallic dragons are the good ones. Yeah, that's right. So the colors
That's a good
are
16.
bad,
Yeah.
but
Colors
the
of
metals
dragons.
are good.
The colors of dragons are bad.
And the subversion
So
of
if it's a copper dragon, it's a good dragon. If it's a gold dragon, it's a good dragon. If it's a green dragon, it's a bad dragon.
Can I get passives really quick? Passive perceptions.
14. Well, passives.
17.
17.
18, son.
10.
9.
18.
Oh, we have a 10 and a 9. Alright.
Not alert, the other one. So it lets me read people's lips and stuff.
Observe.
Alright.
Yeah.
So as you're walking and looking around, as you're walking and looking around, there's like some twigs that sort of spell out, "Help me."
Where?
Just in the woods as you're walking, like some twigs.
Like to our left, to our right, in front of us, above us.
Sure, above you and to the left.
I'm gonna go ahead and look up there to see if there's like a person hanging by their ankle. And like a
Do a
trap.
perception check.
I just say, I'm gonna speak out loud to these.
Well, you
Okay.
are
14.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
Did
just
my
like
17 notice it?
I'll just give it 18 right now. I'll get you some other stuff later.
okay. So 14.
Okay. Nobody's up there.
Why'd you stop?
What are you looking at?
So there's a couple non-naturey patterns over there that look generally like help me. I'm either like this place is starting to get to me, or I believe someone's in trouble. I thought it'd be funny to see someone
You're,
hanging from a snare or something like that.
you're reading words into twigs now, soul?
Who
Lilith.
needs
I've
help?
lost
I say
a
out
lot
loud
of
as he
blood.
says that.
Before you say that, you hear "free me," like just as a whisper on the wind.
Who needs freed? Say it out loud. Say fairly loud.
Save.
No response.
It's a group hallucination.
I don't like this.
I'm gonna divine sense again.
Okay.
It applies to the senses as that, not you don't actually. It's like if there's a thing, celestial within a certain distance, it's as if there was choir music or something nearby. So it's the way that you kind of perceive it as opposed to like actually like.
Nothing. Nothing goes off.
Nothing goes off, you said?
Nothing goes off.
So Soul pointed to the area of trees.
Nothing there.
Maybe we should go over and check it out, or do you guys want me to do my ritual to find some magic?
I'm gonna recite the poem again.
You are a bard at heart.
I'm a liar.
Where was it at? Soul?
Just quite randomly.
So
Over there.
if you look right in that way, you might see help me and some
And
twigs.
is this all still forested in here?
It's all still forested.
Alright.
Yeah, walk into the other tower.
Pull my hood up and maybe stealth over that direction that he pointed and see if I
Okay.
can find something.
Do a perception check.
Um, 16.
There's nothing there. You can kind of see what he's seeing with the sticks, but there's no movement, no people, no.
Summon some things that would provide an aerial view.
Roll for it.
I just want to look.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing like dropping on us as we're all standing.
Yeah, that'd be great. No, nothing
Looking for
there.
the anvil fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they can't give us a clue on who to help or where to go, like
What did
I'm
you
down
hear?
here. It said, "Save me,
Help me.
help me."
Where? From where?
It was like the wind whispered it in my ear.
So you didn't get a direction?
No.
I'll go back to the group and tell them I can't find anything over there.
And I'm gonna say out loud, "Well, if you want us to help us, give us more information." And continue walking.
Yeah,
Like,
we're gonna keep going.
Okay. As you're walking, you break from this brush and these trees into a glade, but there is no serenity to be found here. At the center are piled rusty weapons, burnt torch stubs, greasy glass bottles, armor of all shades of material, and other paraphernalia left behind by adventurers.
Can I look through it and see if there's anything valuable that
Sure, you
somehow
can
is buried in
investigate.
there?
I would like to help with that.
Sure, you can
Does
investigate
this
with
not
advantage.
qualify as the dragon's hoard? I say to you as you're digging through this stuff.
16. Which doesn't look like
Just
treasure, it looks like junk. She didn't say hoard, she said treasure.
One person's treasure is another dragon's hoard.
Soul of the night.
You're welcome.
You don't find anything of use in here.
I think you have continuously misunderstood the whole the outlook that I've been trying to provide you, where you don't just go digging through shit, you don't talk to random floating shapes, you don't listen to weird spirits, you don't get it, do you?
Soul,
Get it.
Soul.
Yeah.
As they're having this conversation, you're looking around, and in the trees, there's no danger, but you see these things are sort of hanging from the tree like little ornaments, created from twigs and feathers and tattered cloth, and you recognize these as totems from your culture. They're very crudely resembling dolls. And as you look around, there are dozens and dozens of them, all peering at you
Do
with their
these
sightless eyes.
totems generally mean like that's a grave marker?
It is. It's a tribal way of marking graves of those who have passed.
Alright, fucking lighting some incense and dropping verse like, you stand on hallowed ground, get the fuck out of there.
Okay.
He started again.
Is this the way to the dragon?
This is the way to the dragon. This is, you can see the
Is
tower
there a way
in the
to
distance.
skirt around?
Yeah, you can skirt around it.
Okay, where I'm.
Around the big lady.
Alright, you're going,
Yeah,
you go a little
not
bit further south.
outside of the dolls.
Yeah.
I'm gonna plop down and start the ritual.
Which one?
Text magic.
Oh, yeah.
Right at the edge.
Around the edge of this?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, Soul's over there praying.
yeah, he's praying and he's looking
Okay,
around
10
and you see
minutes.
this. Yeah, you got a little bit.
While Soul shits
Anything, anybody leaving while you're doing the ritual, or do you see him? Are you
I'm
continuing?
following her as she
Okay.
goes around.
Well, if I see them like stopping to pray,
Okay.
I'm not gonna leave them behind.
Okay, I'm just making sure. You, as you're doing this, you detect. Hold on. I don't know what this magic is. If there was like a tree that was awakened, what would that magic be?
Transmutation.
Transmutation. That's what you sense. Just kind of in the woods around you, there's some of that, but nothing from this glade specifically.
Well, that tree's magical. That tree's magical.
And that bear over there.
And that what?
The bear over there.
And the bear. There's a bear.
Mm-hmm. You should walk around the woods back there. He's like far away, but you can kind of sense the magic over there.
And there's a magical bear.
What?
He's over there somewhere.
Where is the bear? The bear's over there.
Yeah, I think as long as we continue not to harm anything unless we're harmed, we should be safe.
I want to go check out the totems that Soul's praying around
Okay.
with my, still concentrating on the technology.
Sure.
Kind of do a sweep by to help me.
Yeah. The help me still has a little flare of.
Transmutation.
Yeah, probably.
Druid craft.
A little something.
Enchantment,
Yeah, it's a little enchantment around there, but nothing like lingering.
And then do a walk down, kind of, yeah, circle all the way around the.
More trees. There's an elk over there that
Oh, magic.
seems.
Poor elk!
Okay. It's a deer. It's a big deer. They're around. How dare they be deer?
Alright,
How
then
dare
just
they.
then, like, after a 5-minute walk, scurry
Okay.
along, so I keep concentration on it for another 5 minutes and we
Alright.
get closer.
As we get closer. Okay, so we'll hop. Let's go party. You approach some more broken gates. Oh wait, no. You approach a gate that's not really broken.
And there's
The-
nothing but a shadow to our right.
I know. Let me tell you something. Oh, hi, Darius. Don't do that.
The shadows encroach. I told you not to walk on hollow ground.
They get closer to you, whispering. All right, I'll give you some forest.
Sure enough, freaking psychedelic grave sites.
I know,
now
it's
that
so
as long
much
as
right
my
now.
incense is going, I've got a little bit of light.
Still, again, broad daylight. It's probably nearing 2 o'clock or so. Through the gates, you can see the water is on the other side. We're back to the river again. There's a tower ahead. You don't immediately see any sort of entrance, but there's a dragon.
We see the dragon?
Yep, he's at the top. It got hit. That's a weird. I just did a weird way. I left a little triangle here. Sort of. Just
We can't
sitting there.
see what you just revealed.
It's just part of the water. Nothing crazy. It was bothering me, so it wasn't enough of the water, and then.
Alright.
And then there was a weird, like, look at this little triangle of darkness. It's just, it's just chilling. Yeah, so, the dragon,
Is he looking down at us?
yeah, he's got, like, his paws out, you know, like, just sort of surveying the land. I'm trying to reveal him, but I can't. There he is.
Pissed off at our presence.
He doesn't look angry at you. Just, maybe
Can I-
really far away, but.
Guesstimate how old he is based upon his size.
Sure.
What do you want that to be?
A nature check?
Okay. 13?
Can I tell you his age? Let me see.
Does he appear young, adult,
Ancient.
ancient?
I'm going to call him a young dragon.
He looks youngish.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
So my thing says young is from 6 to 100 years. So maybe like merging into adult, like a teenage dragon.
Okay. So he's got a little bit of attitude.
Yeah, maybe the tail's like.
Like
My
Groot.
druid isn't nearly as old as she thinks she is.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking there too.
Huh. Weird.
Doesn't tell me her age.
Hello there.
Hello there.
And that kind of peers down at you.
I give like a humble bow. Do you play?
Are you here from the lady of the land? The little
Yes.
birdie told me you were coming.
Yeah,
Kind of.
she sent that for us.
Yes. Usually that's not a true statement. It's just a sort of offhand comment, but it actually happened this time. Would you like to come in and chat?
Sounds like an invitation. I'll stroll forward.
Okay.
I'm hesitant, but I go.
Alright.
This is the first time the druid's willing to go in somewhere, so I'm gonna follow him this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
That
okay.
was a literal invitation.
Mhm.
It's like, please, come in. It's like, okay. Permission. Incredible.
So there's two marble walkways over on the side, terminating a stone platform upon which a tower stands with a commanding view of the river. The battlements are crumbling and a dragon no, not snores, he's awake. Behind the platform spans a bridge across the river of the depths, leaning to a yawning cave's mouth. He could be sleeping, I guess.
Well, a bird would have woken him up, yeah.
He would have. And then as you approach Lilith,
Yes.
same voice in your head.
Same voice in my head.
Head says, "Free me. Pull the sword from my skull, for its evil cannot be contained much longer."
I'll keep that to myself for now.
Okay.
Well, we're like
Out of character.
Out of character, flip top. In character, just strolling up to the front doors.
Can
you reset her?
But I'm
I
gonna
sure
be keeping
can.
an eye out for where this. I'm particularly looking for.
Where is it going?
Hey.
There.
There's a dragon there. You didn't see it earlier, sorry. I'm more zoomed out than you are, clearly.
Must be a younger dragon. So small.
Mm-hmm.
So small.
Unless it's an illusion.
It's
So,
true.
So
Tiralai,
little.
you
Yes.
like poetry.
I love poetry. Are you
And
here?
I'm gonna recite it again. It's
That's-
my favorite thing.
This resonates a little bit with me. I don't know why though.
It's a poem that's growing on me and
Hmm.
found it interesting.
Are you a bard?
I am.
Can you do anything else?
I'm gonna sit down and start detecting magic.
Use a
Yes.
dragon.
I can.
Is that where you're going?
I'll pull out my pan
Sticking
flute
out
and
his head.
start playing a song.
You wouldn't know that.
Okay. Like,
Um,
but it's not obvious that we're being entertained by a dragon that has like a sword.
Yeah, there's not like a
just,
sword sticking out or
sticking
anything.
out of
Yeah.
his neck, 'cause that would be a conversation starts like,
What's
last
that?
one, last one didn't get you, did it?
Okay, what are you gonna do for me? This is gonna be fun.
I'm gonna play my pan flute.
Awesome. Wait, do I have a pan flute on me? Probably not. Pan flute. Flute. Good.
Actually, your dice got us in the TV stand.
Is it?
Yeah. Open the door.
Oh, that's why it was.
I don't know what this is, but we'll just play that. Okay. So you start playing a little bit of music, and he closes his eyes and sways a little bit.
That was pretty
How was your performance?
13.
Okay.
Not my best.
It's been a while
I'm so
since they've
excited.
heard the pan flute, so just that sort of swaying.
You,
He still enjoys it.
You appear to be a bit younger than Lady Willow would imply.
How old does she think I am?
Older than her.
I don't know if that's true. I don't know if she'd know that either. Curious.
Why wouldn't she know that?
I probably came here after she did. I came here after she did.
And then in your head, just yours, Coraline, I'm going to tell you what the wings told me.
So,
I'm staring.
if, what brought you here?
The Mad Mage. Well, Hallister, he wasn't called the Mad Mage back then. He populated the lands, and I populated with everything else. Brought me down here. He frequently comes and, not frequently, but he replenishes some of the animals here as they die and don't repopulate, or he brings more things here.
Free to go?
I can, but I like it down here. I don't have any need to go anywhere else.
How old were you when he brought you here?
I was young. Still am, but this is a nice place. I get to hunt and she lets me, and other times I just get to watch the beautiful river, and I don't have any competition with there's no other dragons down here. Maybe I'll go find a lady friend sometime, but for now I'll just stay. A lady dragon friend. What? Yeah, young green dragon.
You know when my detect magic goes off.
Oh yeah. There appears to be some magic in its head, which is kind of weird. And then Coraline will give you a advantage investigation.
Curial, you seem to have some sort of magic affecting your mind.
No, I'm quite sane, but thank you.
I'm detecting the presence right now.
Weird.
I could take another couple of minutes and tell you what it is if you would be okay with me touching your paw.
I don't really want to. So this dragon has this ridge above his head, right? These little horns that stick out. You can kind of see underneath there appears to be maybe a hilt. It's not immediately visible, but it is when you roll a 19 on your investigation.
Like when it turns its head, there's
Yeah, if it were to look back, there's a hint of maybe a sword in there.
Does your head ever bother you? Does it hurt?
No, it's fine.
Does that seem true?
You can do an insight check.
Roll as notice.
Ted.
Yeah, that seems true.
I will point it out now that it's glowing magical to my eyes.
You can see it.
All of it.
I would start doing this motion to everybody.
Okay.
Start fanning out so that
Sure.
we're not all standing clustered together.
Okay. Alright.
Coraline's head.
That's not loud enough. Stage whisper.
Just
Yeah,
say-
We know you're whispering, but yeah.
Maybe? Message back?
I'm gonna look over at Cotrix. Are we prepared to fight this in your head?
Have
Do you think?
you had any trouble with
no
the
better time than now.
goblin bat things that the lady's been?
The werebats down south?
Correct.
They've outstepped their bounds a little bit. The werebats need blood to be replenished, and so they frequently will go out into the world and kill things, and that's not really in the natural order of things.
Would you possibly be willing to help us deal with them for the lady?
This is like a retreat for me. I don't really want to.
Fair enough.
Lives across the bridge.
The caves.
The Bats Caves.
No, they're down south.
Does
Does anyone ever come from those caves?
Not frequently. I think that's down to further levels of Undermountain.
What's with a pile of armor out front?
Well, that was from the fight with her husband and previous adventurers too. I believe you probably saw the totems in the trees. Those are. She has a soft heart, but she has a firm hand, and so she'll take care of things with then remorse. And so those are her totems to have respect for the dead.
We're inside this tower now?
I'm assuming that you are either on the roof with the dragon to see all this, or you walked up to the roof. But if we're not, then we have to do all that.
So I wasn't sure if
do you want to be up on there?
Totally
I wasn't sure if
We want to be
inside
spread
this-
out.
All right, so you're spread out around the roof. You're having conversations with the dragon. I don't really care who's where, but we can reposition if you guys get in a fight for some reason.
It's still daytime, correct?
Yeah,
Or is
still
it-
daytime.
Can we see much else from
You
here?
sure can. Sorry, I should give you more.
Oh, just curious.
Yeah.
Inside the tower.
Do we tell him he's got a sword in his head?
Is that a message to me? In your head, I think if we do, we should be prepared to attack if he doesn't get.
The sword is probably altering his perceptions quite a bit.
I
More
would
more
say-
water. The bridge across the way
Okay,
goes to
yeah,
tunnels
prepared to try to
and
so
forest.
if
Do we want to tell him he has a sword in his head?
And then you see some weird buildings off to the south-ish. Over here.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll message you. Thank you. I don't care.
Do we tell him he has a sword in his head?
So I noticed there's
Before she starts talking, I wanna.
And while she's talking, you don't
Yeah.
even perceive it.
No,
Yeah.
I want to be prepared if he becomes hostile
Uh-huh.
from this conversation.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna be prepared to attack with stunning strikes. Try stunning.
Sure.
So
Okay,
We're all
continue
standing
with your-
around the dragon. We're
Yes.
probably
Yeah.
all a little prepared if it
I'm
becomes
assuming that
hostile.
you're on edge.
I'm gonna have it like
Yeah.
this, not like up.
Little
Like,
on
I'm gonna be
edge,
like
yes.
ready to
Sure,
strike.
sure.
If anything becomes.
What's the distance from where we're standing vertically to the surface directly below us?
Oh, that's a good question. You are on a.
Soul's listening to this, peering over the side,
Yeah.
gauging whether or not he could survive,
Like
having
a
to
jump.
jump over the side and just take the head.
I was hoping we went like in the tower, like the dragon was small enough to get in there.
He was hanging out on top. This is a. What's the stone platform? 15-foot high building.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah. It's a little bit further, so the platform itself is quite a bit higher, but the tower is only 15 foot high above the platform, which is 10 feet above the next layer down, which is the ground.
25 feet to the forest floor.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still not fun, but not fake.
Not-
What you were gonna say, Rachel?
Not funny.
Yep, what were you gonna say, Rachel?
so tear-like.
Yes, dear.
I noticed you've kind of got something weird in your scales.
Where?
I'm sorry, I'm a healer, so I just kind of noticed these things. Would you mind if I took a look?
What are you
It's
talking
just
about?
in the back of your head.
On my scales?
Yeah.
I suppose.
I won't do anything without your permission. I just want to take a look.
Okay, I guess. And he kind of he'll head down by you, which puts you more in front.
Okay. Head down.
Okay.
Looking over,
Okay.
over-ish.
Okay.
Short. Do I see it clearly now?
You still see a good set of the hilt, but you don't see much else from it.
Does
It
look
seems
like
to be the same
something-
color as him, sort of. Emerald-like.
Is there something I could grab potentially?
I'm
Going
gonna
to,
say
but
there's enough of this hilt that you could grab it.
It looks like you might have a thorn or something kind of lodged in one of your scales.
Hmm.
I'm surprised it's not hurting you.
Well, thank you. I don't really know you that well. I might ask the lady to take care of this for me, but thank you for telling me.
Sure.
Why are you looking at me? You're standing right there. Do you, boo?
Around the dragon, you see Lorelai.
And Coach Rich goes.
I'm gonna message you. What?
You only live once, and this is probably the time you're gonna die.
So clearly over everybody.
Okay.
Eye contact. I'm gonna reach down and like,
Okay.
She can't see
so-
what you're doing.
With that happening,
Uh-huh.
I think I want to cast Conjure Animals and make a couple giant eagles, just in case. Hey, look at this! Caw, motherfucker!
Just provoke him.
Please stand by while I create giant eagles.
no, that was motherfucker.
And the giant part means that they're
Looking
large.
ourselves into like the only side we can appeal to is these
Okay.
rats.
Alright.
Awesome. It's a good thing I wanted to kill them.
I'm trying to help.
Coraline,
Mostly.
It's making it good.
you grab onto the hilt. As you do, the dragon roars. Let's roll initiative.
Oh,
Okay.
neat.
Because I'm just gonna rip it into
That's me. And that's them.
Oh, I can
That's
reroll that.
That's so
There-
nice.
Oh, fuck.
Alright, time for the candy.
Have
see
you,
this shit?
have you
Do you
prepared
see
my,
this shit?
my stage
No,
action?
stop.
Hold on, hold on,
Do you
hold on.
see this? That was after my reroll for being a halfling. Yeah.
Do I get this off as he roars?
Let me get the round and then I'll start off with you. Okay.
I imagine as soon as he roars, you're taking hostile right now.
Right, because you're like on edge.
I'm on edge. I see
Alright.
you're doing this. Like I'm like, no, he roars.
I
Like,
clearly like raised my arm as high as I could.
Right, you were very honest about it. I don't know my. Okay, Coraline. What was your initiative? Cool, Somna.
4!
Eagles.
4!
That'll be good. It'll be you taking care of that for the same time. Cotrix.
13.
You guys are doing so good, brah.
7.
Oh my God.
Soul.
18.
Oh, nice. Lilith. You're not really at the bottom, turns out. Lilith, what's your dexterity modifier?
Sorry, you asked my dexterity?
Yeah, what's your dexterity modifier?
Plus 5.
Okay,
20.
just make sure.
That's what I'm imagining Soul's about to do, like, just jump up, like,
Wow. I was gonna try to take the chain and wrap it under so I can try to hold its jaws shut at least.
Yeah.
Like,
That's what he does in the movie, right?
That was what I was gonna do, and he's like an adamantium mold to try to like anchor the fucking thing down. It's like, no, no, no!
So we have Tomnet and the Eagles is my new band name. Here and there. Alright, Lilith, I'll let you get off your bop.
They're my wingmates.
Okay.
Nice. It's gonna be a 27.
That'll hit.
Stunning strike.
So I do a constitution saving throw.
Yes.
17.
Passes.
Yep.
It's gonna be 11 points of magical damage.
Okay.
27 again.
Hold up. With a held action, you get the one hit.
You
Oh, okay.
Yep, you get your action. So there's 11.
Did you stunning strike it?
She did, but failed.
It's a dragon and a constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
I have pretty high
Not
constitution.
gonna
It's
be
weird.
easy.
Okay, that brings us to the top around Soul. You hear the dragon, you see the punch. What are you doing?
No, I'm probably from experience a lot stronger than Coraline is, and I know what our end game is now. I'm
Okay.
gonna try to yank the fucking thing out of his head
Okay,
on her
so
behalf.
alright, so you're walking up
I have
next
a
to
hand on
her.
it, so you can just.
Kind of like,
Yeah.
hold on, you.
Does that count as helping?
Well, not yet. Will you do a hold on.
Not yet, but that could change very quickly.
Will you do a strength check for? So I have a specific DC, but it's specifically while it's incapacity, which is asleep. Will you do it at disadvantage? Because I don't know what the number is when it's roaring.
Okay.
I'm just gonna do that instead of making up a new number.
So I have advantage on. No, I'm not raging, so I don't have advantage.
Okay.
I don't believe. Modified 20 either way you slice it. 17 and 17 at disadvantage.
High enough either way you slice it. So as you reach over to this dragon who's roaring, you grab the sword, kind of
With
push her
my
out of the way.
hands.
So
Yeah,
Caroline,
yeah, you guys
holding it.
together.
So like Mulan style, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna wrap up like Poe and pull her up.
Yeah. So you pull. So she comes with it because she's not letting go of the sword. We
I'm
know
not.
that.
Not
Yeah.
on my life.
So you totally thinking that it's you. You pull the sword out of the dragon's skull. He sort of like shakes it off a little bit, and in a completely different voice says, "Oh, thank you." Technically, we're at Kotrix's turn. Do you want to do anything?
Drop the sword now!
No!
It might be cursed. Give me a chance to look at it. Now give it back.
Okay, Lilith.
So it said thank you, so I'm just going to hold and
Okay.
kind of just be like, you're welcome.
All right. Are you gonna hold like a punch just in case it attacks or something?
Yeah, I'll keep like a punch ready just in
Okay.
case like things get hairy again.
I want to move over to
You're
Coraline
welcome.
and like start identifying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything that we want to do while are we out of combat?
Yeah, I'm not. It said thank you for the attack.
Okay.
Dragon says thank you.
Stop!
Okay. So you sit down, start to identify.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Yeah,
I'm just looking up something. I
Well, I
know.
was just like, do I want to turn into a spider and start crawling over the edge of this tower just in case?
You're ready for it. Your call.
I'll hold an action to do that if things
Okay.
turn sour. So
Okay. 2 minutes into your ritual, Willow arrives after hearing the dragon's roar. The dragon unleashes poison breath on her. She is shocked, immediately retreats, and then goes back to her tower. The rest of the 8 minutes passes, apparently in shock. The dragon, as you're having a ritual, is unabashedly grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I forgive. I understand. If I was knocked out, it'd been a lot easier to pull that out. But apparently,
Sorry if I hurt you.
it did hurt a little bit. But I am finally free, and if you were to attack the lady, I would help.
Did she do this to you?
Not necessarily, but she's not really my friend.
she's complicit.
She's done some things that I don't agree with, but it happens. I guess. You certainly can. She killed an entire group of worshippers down south, and she keeps talking about these were-rats that are doing nothing to harm her, and she killed the 2 people that she loves the most in the world, and somebody with a heart like that, I can't in good conscience.
You seem to be a little against the grain when it comes to your kin.
Who are my kin?
Or so we've heard.
Green
Oh,
dragons.
well, I was taken when I was little, so it's hard for me to know what I'm supposed to do without claws to do that, but I do what I'm supposed to do. So this is my home, and I will be sad to see it crumble, but I don't think she should.
Do you think she's mad rather than evil?
I think she's had a lot of hard things happen to her, and she's a different person because of it. I don't know if it's mental or
Wait.
not.
You just said something that piqued my interest.
Mm-hmm.
If she dies, does this go away?
She controls most of this, so yes.
Very interesting.
Wouldn't your home go away? You said you like it?
Yes, I have to go back to the surface, I bet, and I don't know what kind of welcome I'd have there, but I
Yeah,
can't
I-
control this.
Yeah, the whole your nature thing
Uh-huh.
explains pretty well what would happen.
I don't know if I'm in the middle of casting, so I'm
I
not
think
sure
you
if I can
still
ask
are.
questions. Okay.
Yeah.
What's your name?
I have a question because my curiosity piqued for sure.
I'm Vladimir. What's your name?
Coraline.
Coraline, nice to meet you. Valdemar.
Well, on that count, since that is a different name
Yes.
than what you gave us a moment ago, what do you know of the sword he's looking into right now?
This sword is evil. I don't like it.
Is it cursed?
It took me over.
Well, it was stuck in you.
Correct.
And
It whispered to me and it wanted to return to its home and I couldn't make it happen, but it really tried. I fought it for years and I almost lost my sentience, but luckily you came and took it out.
Do you recall the poem I recited when we arrived?
I heard it like through a dream. I was stuck in my head.
So I'll recite it again and ask if that means anything to him.
Well, I believe this is the sword that killed.
well, while all this is going on too, I'd like to keep an eye out in the distance for
That's what the Eagles are for.
things.
Big patrol circle.
I have nothing else to do. I may as well watch.
Yeah,
True,
you
yeah.
can partake in this, but they're like just patrol circle, like
Yeah,
50
fair
feet
warning
out,
in
like
case she sends something after this dragon and us.
Forest full of spiders.
So, what would I know about this? Hold on. I, the dragon, obviously.
Yeah.
When I was very young, I was in a battle, and this sword was used to attempt to kill me, but obviously it was unsuccessful. I was joined with it, and it took over. And that helped me have this peaceful existence with Willow, but me, in the back of my mind, I don't like her. I had to look up the history of Tearlie. Ding! This is a very rare sword of sharpness.
Okay. Does it
Um,
possess a sentience?
It does possess a sentience.
Is it cursed?
It is not cursed.
What does the sentience reveal? Is it evil like he claims, or
This is actually a neutral good sword.
He was more of it just it took over its body unintentionally, and now it's in the head of the dragon.
so in D&D terms, it's gonna have a intelligence, charisma, and wisdom.
Yes.
Would I be able to discern how difficult it might be for Coraline to control this particular weapon?
You would know that, what do you learn from,
Identify?
I can read the
Identify?
spell for you if you'd like.
this is my first time with identifying.
No worries. I don't have it ready yet.
That's okay.
I apologize.
You're good.
But it essentially tells me any spells affecting it,
Okay.
command words that it
Okay.
has.
You learn its properties and how to use them,
Okay.
whether it requires attunement, and
Okay.
how many charges it has, if any.
Okay.
You learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. If it was created by a spell, you learn which one created it.
Alright. So you learn that it was created by an elven mage in the ancient city of,
Ooh, same place we got the chair. Is it a big long cave?
no, I'm sorry.
That's,
That'd be cool though.
yeah, it would be cool.
Oh, where's the man? I just saw it.
Ain't delivering all
Myth Dranor.
Oh, Myth Dranor?
Yes.
Whoa. Okay.
Yes. Powerful elf back
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Are you going to share this?
Yes, you can write down Myth Dranor.
Yeah. And then what you'll know is that there are 6 charges.
Okay.
You regain 1d4 plus 2 at dawn.
Okay.
Attuned to the sword, you can use an action and expend 1 or more charges to cast each of the following spells from it without material components. Fly, Polymorph, or Transport via plants, each of which has a completely separate amount of charges needed to do it.
Shit. We're gonna have a flying bard.
It's gonna be great. You cannot be evil to attune to it.
That's why the conflict. Because he was an evil dragon and it was jammed in his skull. He didn't have. He wasn't a.
Yeah.
So neutral's okay, but evil
Neutral's
is
okay,
not.
but if you drop below that line.
Okay.
Also, I think you would learn either for sure over time, but I'm gonna give it to you now. If so, this weapon wants to improve its appearance, so wants to continue. This is an emerald-colored blade and has precious gemstones embedded in the hilt and pommel.
So it
Which
wants
is
to be
sort of-
fancier.
It wants different gemstones,
Okay.
and most of all, it wants to go back to Myth Dranor. That's what it wants the most.
I would.
If its wielder's goals run counter to its own, it attempts to take control with a charisma saving throw. On a failure, the wielder is charmed for 1d12 hours, during which Tirulai will attempt to reach the surface using the transport via plans.
Oh. Got a couple chances.
There are quite a few chances.
And it's
so-
fully charged.
It's currently fully charged because it has not been used recently.
So it's 1 charge to do each of those
It's
things?
2 to fly.
Okay, I was going to say.
Yep, 3 to polymorph, and 4 to transport via plants.
Does it use them all, roll a d20? Or
What's
is
that?
it use them all, roll a d20, or is it just...
No, you.
It recharges.
So you have 6
It
charges.
recharges 1d4
Well,
plus
she's
2 at
asking
dawn.
because some things, if you use all the charges, it can crumble.
Oh,
No.
it does not
It's
have
like a
that.
modifier ball.
Yeah, it,
Well,
it
no,
doesn't disappear.
I'm asking because
It's
I
a
don't
good
want
question. Yeah.
So what's also interesting about this, because it is a longsword, it's not just a magic thing, right?
So it's a long sword.
So it's a longsword.
Oh, she said short sword at first.
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
Short of sharpness.
Sword of sharpness. I probably the sword and the short came together. Longsword of sharpness.
Long sword.
When you attack an object with this magic longsword and hit, you maximize your weapon damage dice. When you attack a creature with this magic longsword and roll a 20, that target takes an extra 14 slashing damage. And then you roll another d20. If you roll a 20, again, you lop off one of the target's limbs. Unless it has no limb to sever, and then you lop off a portion of the body instead. In addition, there's a command word, which I will make up now, which causes the blade to shed bright light in a 10-foot radius and dim light for 10 feet. And then either sheathing it or speaking the word again will put out the light. Here you go, Coraline.
Oh, this is so much better.
She's writing it all down.
I know, I wasn't going to tell her until I was
It's
done.
So, with a 16 Arcana, I'm going to try to explain something here.
Okay.
The sword wants to return to its homeland of Myth Dranor. If your goals run counter to what the sword wants, it will try to possess you like it did the dragon. I imagine during the time frame that it possessed the dragon, it attempted to transport, so we can rest assured that we can't get out that way. So you might be safe for a little while down here.
And if it was returned, though, after being down here, it might not try to take control.
As between her and the sword, unfortunately, is going to be a battle of willpower
Or deals.
or your persona. Charisma saving throw? Okay.
And it's Cindy, can you just make a deal with it?
That's up to her. Yeah.
Okay.
But then I will hand the sword over to her and I will tell her, the sword is not going to be as easy to wield as your 2 small swords. So it's a little more beneficial to Tomna and Soul, but it's yours.
Her sword. Her sword. Not mine.
Can't all use long swords? No,
I can use
first
them. I
You just
won't be.
lose
just
out
won't
on
have the
the
double.
Sneak attack.
Yeah.
No, she loses out on.
No,
she
no,
can't use her
Ronnie.
dexterity.
I can use my dexterity, but my strength is not negative. It just won't be a
Non-negative straight.
Does it have a plus to attack or damage?
It would be on this sheet. I don't have
Okay.
it in front of me anymore.
So you get a +4 to hit with that instead of a +7.
Might want to bulk up a bit.
Carrying that thing around, and my helper will come.
Right.
Well, so you said that if she dies, this goes away. There
Yes, I
are
believe so.
there are some things, and I will reach into the bag of holding and draw out the shield guarding amulet.
Okay.
Similar like this that she might have that could control something like this. We could look for it.
She controls it using the. It has a cool name. Hold on. Calendar stone.
If we got that calendar stone from her, would you be able to control it?
I mean, it's very big. I don't know if you can get it from her. It's like a big table.
Do you think she'll destroy it if she senses us coming?
Sure, she will use it to her advantage. And
Like-
as that happens,
Yeah.
it turns into night immediately, and it becomes bitter cold. You are in the dead of winter.
Inside.
Like that.
Can I
I
ask
think
the
she's a little
giant to
upset
cuddle
at
up
us.
next to it to stay warm?
For now.
I don't understand why she was so mad though for
Well,
taking the blade.
I
Did
attacked-
it belong to someone of hers?
I attacked her when she was here because I'm mad at her.
I know you were mad at her.
Oh yeah, I did the acid spray on her face. Did you miss that
You,
part?
you said that you'd help us attack her if we needed
I
to.
would if if you needed to, I would help you.
Even if we can't move this stone, though, couldn't you go to it to control it?
I mean, I don't think I could control it with my big old claws.
Is there anybody down here that you think would be a worthy person to control it? So
Not
you
that
can
I
keep
know
maintaining
of.
this
What about the
ecosystem?
alchemist?
Isn't he up a level? I mean, we could bring him down.
You might be
like it
interested
better
in
here
here.
in a forest. A real forest.
Plus, there's an Etten up there.
Or those big ass
The
warden?
end could come down too.
We could find a place for the Etten in our ecosystem.
Oh yeah.
The alchemist he might enjoy the job of keeping his ecosystem
He
alive.
did say something about he didn't really, wasn't he sort of kind of trapped there, had nowhere else to go? Didn't
I
really
didn't think he liked the
absolutely love it?
wilderness. It was more of a he doesn't belong in normal society.
Well, still, we'd have to replace her with him, and we don't even know whether or not the magic device could be controlled by another besides her.
Or what about this werebat who they don't leader?
Didn't she say that they were over hunting? And just because her perceptions are twisted doesn't necessarily mean that they weren't
The dragon.
somewhat accurate.
The dragon
Yeah.
said that they had
The
done
previous versions, the previous leader was the problem. Is that not true?
They were bleeding the lambs dry. They kicked
Okay,
the leader
so
out.
Not the leader.
I don't know that I don't know who's the leader now, because they kicked their leader out. Somebody's got to lead, but.
But they're peaceful now that they kicked that leader out. With the ecosystem.
I'd say.
What if we were to employ their help to get rid of her
I was
as
thinking
well?
the same thing. More the merrier. She has that
Tree.
beast and that tree.
I'm
I'm
also a little concerned about a colony of werebats in Undermountain. That's something that would upset Hallister a great deal, I imagine, so we could probably use them to our advantage to help take her out and take them out in the process.
If it upsets Alistair, I'm all for it.
So we have that lawn. So
I mean, I choose not to take sides, so I'm fine with both sides losing.
I like the side of the dragon.
Just remember that whatever we're
Acid
planning, she can see it as long
As
as
I'm
we're
like
doing
cuddled
it
up
here.
into it to stay warm.
It's dark right now.
I say we should go talk to these
Yeah.
bats.
That certainly will be what gives us the victory.
I
If
think
she made it dark and she's like, oh no, now I can't see. We'll give them a rousing chance.
I think we should go talk to them. The more the merrier to help. Whether they prove more usefulness after she's dead or not, doesn't really matter. The more to overthrow her, the better.
I'm fine with going wherever. This was definitely an eventful day. This is the first green dragon that I've had conversation with in my existence.
What time of day? Is it still like midday?
No, it's nighttime now.
Well, I get that it's nighttime, but like hour-wise, like we're
We have no idea. We're miles underground. We have
True.
no idea what time
None of
it
you
is.
have that thing that makes me tell you what time
Yeah,
it is.
I know.
It's the dead of night.
I had a time telling rock until it was broken.
Yep, it's starting now. It started forever on your time
Hey,
telling.
But
that's
I'm-
why you knew it was
I'm
right.
not feeling tired. Like
I'm just sleepy right now.
That's where I'm actually like I still got lots of energy before like
Mhm.
I would take a long rest.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm fine with let's go talk to them where we're at.
I'll ask the
Where
dragon
at?
actually. Do you
Where?
have the? Do you know the exact
Where are
location
they
of them?
at?
So we
They're
can
due
go
south, yeah.
due south.
Valdemar,
Yes.
Right
do
where
you
it's at.
know what lays across the way?
Across the way of the bridge?
Yes.
Yeah, level 7.
Oh. That was some secret.
I'm
That
gonna
bitch.
produce flame.
Okay.
There's some light.
Produce flame.
Yeah.
I don't care about light. I can see.
Toast was-
Yeah.
I'm cuddled up to the dragon.
I mean, I've got resistance to cold, so it doesn't really matter to me that much. I was just like,
Yeah, this would be weird for me. Like, Bolt doesn't do this unless
Yeah.
you're near.
Here's your rock art nipples.
well, maybe they came off in the ritual.
On that, we're actually going to take a break.
Yeah.
We'll be back in about 10 minutes, but. Okay. welcome back. We have a new sword, are in the middle of winter, have maybe a dragon friend, and I think we're going towards the whereabouts? Is that the idea? Okay. So we say bye.
It is head. I'll tell him we will come back for you when we're ready to strike.
In your head, hold on.
In his head.
I don't know, let me see if you can message back, right? Yeah. Okay.
I need to answer because it's not messages.
Oh, it's not messages, you're speaking in the thing.
But don't
Sorry.
some dragons have like total?
That's what I was looking, and I remember that you were doing a message, and then you're actually not, so. He says nothing.
Gives
So
a nod.
sad. Sure, he nods at you. Alright, off we
Well,
go.
before we head out,
Not off we go. Just
you
kidding.
had said it got winter cold.
It sure did. You are freezing.
Need supplies? Can we ask him if he's got anything in his tower or anywhere that we can use?
He looks around and sort of does a dragon shrug and says, I don't know how to help you with this, I'm sorry.
Just thought I'd ask before we left.
Mm-hmm.
Any ideas, peoples, on what we can do? I guess we could put on our spare clothes, bundle up a little.
Say we
If it's
just
that
hoof it.
cold. Yeah, the faster we move, the raises our body temperature,
Sure.
keep us warm.
Sure.
Now, is it literally winter cold?
It is freezing. I'm gonna have you roll a Constitution saving throw every hour.
Does my produce flame that I can just relight every 10 minutes with it without using concentration
That's what I'm looking at.
mitigate that for me?
I'm gonna stop and pull out from the bag of holding my winter clothes and start throwing them on.
Sure.
Also,
It's
just the metallic ones in this edition.
Pull out my winter clothes for soul.
I meant.
Shouldn't you be wearing that anywhere that's not Cholt?
Hmm?
Shouldn't you be wearing that anywhere that's not Cholt for like the first month?
Yeah.
It's like, it's 70 degrees! Fahrenheit. Let me state that.
So before we take off,
Canadians.
it'll probably
Mhm.
take
Have
me
any winter clothing?
20 minutes or so, I imagined. But I'm gonna take off my mithril armor, put my
Okay.
extra clothes on, put my armor back on,
Okay.
and then wrap myself in my silk cloak.
Okay.
That's what I got.
Alright.
Well, I mean, let's go.
We're going to the south, right?
Yep, sure.
Can we just follow that parapet? The wall?
Yeah, you can. I'm looking at the thing, but
Oh, it's fine. I'm just curious if that's a way we can go.
We will start heading south when you are ready.
okay.
Are you looking for environments?
I'm looking to see if Produce Flame would be enough to
Use one.
be warm. Because my thing says that creatures with resistance or immunity automatically succeed, as do creatures
That doesn't matter
wearing
then. I have
Yeah.
cold
resistance.
weather gear and the like, but it doesn't say anything about having fire just like
so
next to
he's
you.
resistant
So.
to cold, so it doesn't really matter whether
Right.
it's a produce flame or not.
Okay.
You can choose as a dungeon master to lower the DC
I
or
can
give it
decide.
have him gain advantage.
Okay. Okay, off we go.
I'm carrying the new sword.
Carrying it. Yep, you haven't attuned to it yet, but it is a sword that you
Well,
have.
We took a long enough time frame. Could she not have to?
Isn't it? You have to do it like
It's a short
during
rest.
Oh, you didn't have a short rest.
Not during the conversation?
I said it was like 20 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. Unless you want it to be longer, in which case I could definitely have that happen. Okay.
It sounds like a bad
You,
idea.
I can acquiesce to this request. Sure. You follow the
That's not a
south
good
wall.
thing.
Alright.
It kind of curves.
This was too heavy.
You see.
That's only 20 minutes. They're less for an hour.
Hmm?
The Eagles.
Oh yeah, they're flying around. Sorry. Come on, eagles. Do you have any instructions for the eagles?
Keep an eye out for danger, but I'm checking something
Okay.
in terms of this. It's
Okay, while you're checking, as you're walking along the wall kind of curves in a little bit of a denser forest, and you're right. And there's a wall.
So they are effectively blind right now unless I'm holding a light, and that's what they're using to fly right now.
Okay,
so that's
so
why
that
I
would be
have to
quite.
use flame up.
So that'd be quite close to you for that to happen.
Well, they can like use that as like a beacon and just
Okay.
kind of fly.
Sure.
So that's what I'm
Why
gonna
not?
do.
Why not?
Yeah.
So are they circling around you looking for danger?
Well, they can only really see me and 20 feet outside of me right now.
Other light sources, maybe.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll have them keep an eye out for other light sources because that is not good.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Like will-o-wisps.
Okay.
More friends?
Things like those. Alright, sounds good.
Things that are not
So,
friends.
Wall. How high is this wall?
Whoa, this wall! Yes, Willow's Tower. Why?
Supposed to bring around everybody just so you know. It was easier if it was knocked out, so we were supposed to knock him out.
Or if it was still asleep.
Or get there when he's sleeping.
If we still-
Not warning him you were coming or something. You see a long windowless stone building.
Abby.
Yep. Yep. And you don't see, I don't know how tall it is. Let's give it a good 15 feet. Sure.
Building.
Yeah, it's a building.
I guess, and Lilith, grappling hook tied to a rope.
Sure.
Bonus action, not from right next to me, Ava, and have the rope climbing go up.
That's true. She has to get away from Tombo to do it, but. Or there's that. Yeah, rope climbing works
No,
too.
yeah, you guys have rope climbing now.
So while they're doing that, I'm
Yeah.
going to have the Eagles land, and we're all going to face north and keep
Okay.
an eye out for weird stuff.
Cool.
Each one climbs.
There's some movement in the trees.
About how far out?
Mm,
If it's more than 10 feet out, or 20, like they can see within my little thing, but I can see 60 feet.
okay. You don't see anything.
Okay.
More than 60 feet away.
I'll go up.
Okay. Okay, yeah, so there's a rope up. I'll call this a wall and not a building, sure.
I'm gonna climb on the half in the backpack position.
Is this pitch black or is it just nighttime black?
It is nighttime, no moon, darkness.
Maybe go up there
Yeah.
already.
Yeah, we popped you up without.
You knew exactly what I was
Needing
going
it.
to ask
Mhm.
right before.
Exactly.
We handed you a
Um,
grappling hook.
I'm not
You
certain.
guys will shred our knife. So that's
And pulled out a rope.
My lovely book doesn't tell me if these walls are for a building or they're just walls that like keeping the stuff safe. I'll just call it a building. We're just gonna call it a wall. So when you pop in, you
jump to
like
the top.
you like jump up, jump down. So you're inside here. Okay. Everybody else going through? Is that what's happening? Okay.
Ultimately.
Threw a rope down. Is it?
I'll have
Yeah,
the
you took a
Eagles
rope.
carry me over.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
I'll utilize the resource while I have it.
Might as well they're around.
Alright.
Okay.
Any activity in here?
It is dead silent.
We see buildings now.
I want
You
to
see
make
buildings now.
sure to keep a watch. So is there like a short wall next to us?
That's a wall that was big enough for Lilith to have to jump over.
Yeah, we have to climb over it.
So to keep an eye on the outer wall to make sure nothing's climbing
Okay.
up.
Sure. Yeah,
'Cause
this is.
I'm in halfling backpack position, so I'm just kind of
Sure.
Looking over the wall as we go.
I'll go down south and peer around that corner quietly.
Okay. You pass a door and you see another wall. Same kind on the edges there.
Since we're trying to go south anyway.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see the wall with my darkness. I'll give you a little bit more.
We need to
We have a-
position.
Another.
I will do that for you.
I think.
Is that better?
Nope.
No.
So we're looking for a cave, or
That
can
is
we see
better?
those houses?
Okay.
We were told they were in the caves. She would have told us almost approximately where they were. So we know this isn't the right spot.
Yeah, do we feel we're still headed in the right direction for what she told us?
Yeah. Still feel that? Oops.
I would draw my silver short sword and have that ready.
Okay.
Looking around the building to the
If I ever found
southwest.
something
Mhm.
valuable to silver, that's better
is
than
that
magic,
another wall there?
so.
Building on the southwest.
So you go up a little bit and around that building,
Yeah.
and the opposite side it looks like a wall.
Yeah, you see the rest of the wall. This one?
Yep.
Yeah,
Can
it's
I
the
take
same
a-
side of wall, same kind of wall that you jumped over on the other side.
Can I pop up to the top of it and take a look?
Sure. Choo 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 pop.
I want to stay at the top and like
Yeah.
look down, enter distance, you know.
Me and my friends are going to go to the roof of this building that we're on.
Okay.
I want to nudge Soul and point to the door right next to Bra and just kind of like check that out.
You see another section of buildings. And then
Move up to the door frame next to Bra
Okay.
and listen in Goblin.
go for it. Roll for listening in Goblin.
That needs to be the Tama and the Eagles first song.
Yeah,
Listening in
I'm
Goblin.
fluent in Common, Orc, Goblin, and Oldumoan, so
Okay.
that is 16 to turn the knob to Goblin specifically.
Nothing.
I'll test the door. Does it open outward or inward?
Inward.
Okay, I'll put some pressure on it and see if it swings open. Or
It opens. This is an apartment with
Oh.
a spacious bedroom, an adjoining bathroom equipped with a working sink, toilet, bathtub, all crafted from polished stone and rusty iron fixtures, which you wouldn't see through the other door, but it's fine.
I think I've finished the quest. Like, this is better than real life, so I have a house.
Interestingly, there appears to be a like a panel on the wall.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
boss, you do the smart thing. There's a panel. Just walk you over,
Okay.
turn around, and like look at the other two doors. Weapon
I'll
ready.
check out the panel.
Follow them in.
Okay. This. I remember reading this, so I know it's there, but I can't remember what the actual thing.
Controls
Like-
the AC and
Yeah.
thermostat
It says
for
You know-
N-E-S-T.
Really close to that.
Oh, that's election.
Oh wait, that's AP. Really close to that. It actually seems to like turn on the light.
Boop.
Yeah.
Turn it on.
Like there's these lights that
Continue
saw it
to play.
earlier. It's a very high tech place for a dungeon. Yeah.
Easy.
There was science wizards
I don't know where it went.
2 levels up.
The science wizards.
So does it look like the light source is movable or is it mounted? to the
It's
side?
mounted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll shut it back off and
Okay.
then
Yeah, I think.
go back out of the building.
Okay.
Just test this room.
Well, we gotta keep going to find the were rats.
Can I see like over like the house and see if there's like other buildings or other walls past it with my 60 feet?
Which direction are they? Further south still?
Continue to like the wall.
Yeah, does that wall to our south go up?
Okay, I think that's 60 feet-ish. Alright. Wall to your south. Is up, yes.
So it's up another 15 feet to
Yeah.
that terrace up there?
Yeah, to this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
And then Lilith, there's not a whole lot. There's
Soul
another
in the,
building.
Soul in the climbing rope.
I'm over. Knife ready.
Okay. Soul on the climbing rope. Cotrix has a backpack.
Come on.
Coraline's excited about something else. You coming
Yes.
too? Okay. We hop over the wall. On top of the wall or hop over?
she's just like this, following behind us, look at
I
her
really am
sword.
looking at it, and I'm just like looking at.
She's just like look, not even paying attention. She's just like, I'm just kind of following your footsteps.
Another building.
What is this place?
Can I just like shadow step a couple buildings south and stay on the roof?
Yeah. Like here?
Yeah, and I just keep staying up high and keep like looking to see if I can see past buildings.
So you're being the creepy one that's like hopping
I mean,
along.
like a nighttime ninja, like
Sure.
hopping from rooftop to rooftop.
So glad I gave you the darkness
This
back.
assassin in the dark, opening the windows and just like sleeping time.
Are you going to bed?
Well, I mean, if there's someone hostile that doesn't know we're coming, like, yeah,
Oh,
they're
okay.
going to sleep.
I'm not trying to keep you with the party.
13. We're roof hopping.
Alright,
Next
moving the
roof,
birds.
and I tell them to. and then land
Alright,
over
are you like here now? Oh wait, I caught two others in the bubble. Like here?
Yep.
Alright.
And once again, listening goblin.
At this door specifically?
Yeah.
Okay.
This house is bigger, we're keeping this one.
That's a 7.
Okay.
I heard you say this house is bigger, we're keeping this
Some
one.
scraping of eagle talons on stone.
Appears to
This
be
is
nothing
scrabbling
here.
around.
Nothing at the door.
We're checking all the doors. What are we doing?
Just like two so far.
I'm just moving through.
This might be
I was just kidding.
hallway. Like,
I'm sure we would see
What is
signs.
this
Do you
place?
guys see any tracks? In the dirt?
Take a look around. What's the ground like here? Is it dirt or paved or what?
Make something up. This is like cobblestone.
From my high viewpoint, do I see any signs of life anywhere? Like
Not
any
where
lights coming
you
from the
are.
buildings?
No.
What about tracks, Brock? Do you see any tracks?
I'll look around and see if there's any sign of habitation.
Sure.
What am I doing?
You're doing let's do a survival check to check for things. I don't know.
Ah, it's cobblestone. You can't
Cobblestone,
really
yeah.
find footprints.
All
I'm
right.
glad you lived in the
There'd be a cave over there.
I don't live in a cobblestone.
You came over there.
I shadow step across
Someone
the
built
roof
this place.
Are you going to
towards
your?
over the building there, like
To the people?
Rotana.
Yeah, it looks like there's a cave over there too.
And then over to the cave. That's right.
Yeah. Let's start moving towards the cave too.
Okay.
Since that's where it'll.
Hop over.
Yeah.
Obviously,
So
does
you
any sound. You just
do you want to check the door before we
yeah,
go?
could I please check the door so we don't
Okay.
get freaking pinchers
Just in
from
case.
behind.
Yeah, you can check the door. It opens if you were to. Yeah.
Mhm.
These are sleeping quarters. Spacious barracks and a smaller adjoining something. 6 wooden bunk beds with moldy mattresses stand in a row. Discarded rugs, emptied chests, broken dishware, and rusty weapons lie scattered about.
The noise of eagles on the roof.
I need a footsteps across the roof too, because I'm really shadow stepping right across the roof.
This is a cave. There's guano covering the floor.
Yay!
And, it's just Lilith right now, right? You guys are kind
I
of
think
moving
they're
towards.
right behind me or coming up behind
Alright.
This sword is so pretty.
There's Coraline.
I'm kind of leading Coraline.
Okay. There's,
me. Tie a rope to her.
yeah, sure. Come on, Coraline. If you, yep, lots of guano.
What's going on?
Lots of guano.
Like,
Look up.
I'm looking all out. What
Well,
is
there's
it?
bats.
Like,
They're
There's
little
bats.
bats. They're
Little
harmless. They're
The
just,
little bats?
yeah, but they're sleeping right now.
In one of their heads.
Okay.
I'm gonna
duck.
You're gonna duck?
I'm gonna duck.
Okay.
Your soul.
Be like,
Here's
we
my
come in
trances covered.
peace.
One of them starts flapping, and the rest flap, and they all fly out. As that happens, nearby, 12. Why did they come from over there? That's dumb.
So pinch your position.
Alright.
Actually,
From nearby caves, there's some werebats that come to investigate this noise.
The flapping noise.
Yeah, the flapping of the bats next door.
whereabouts, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So we all
Gobble
must
bats.
Where?
Bats.
Where?
Bats.
Where?
Bats.
How long have we been climbing or
Do
exploring?
I hear the noise of them coming from around the corner?
You.
I mean, I can make
Yeah,
my-
you have passive perception really high.
I would go around to where my teammates are to see them coming.
Okay. These are in bat form.
In one of their heads, it's "Will you come in peace?"
Oh, okay.
Whatever bat's in the front coming towards it.
What's the range on your telepathy?
Once it gets within 30 feet.
Okay.
Oh, that was in the message.
Okay.
I'm going to hide in Soul's dreads.
I don't know that I knew he had dreads, but that's awesome. Alright, so you're hiding underneath this
Yeah, I'm trying
mane
to
that's
blend into
happening
the
now.
back of Soul.
You
like
say
this.
we come in peace.
And that's a 16 for stealth.
For stealth, good. You're very hiding.
hiding as a
The
backpack
front
maybe?
one is the one that you say that to.
Yeah, as soon as I got with
He sort of pauses, or she, we don't know. And like
I'm gonna kind of
flaps for a little bit.
A polite bow, like of respect.
respectful bow.
Yes.
All right.
Something wrong with your back?
Bowing a lot.
You keep dropping things.
Okay. They sort of stand there and squeak a little bit.
Do they say anything?
Well, they're currently bats.
Currently
Squeak, squeak, squeak.
bats. Out loud, I'm gonna be like, "We come in peace and would like to talk."
One of them switches to goblin form. And he says, "You come in peace, you say?"
Yes.
Can you turn those music down a little bit?
No.
Druid wanted us to come exterminate you, but we would actually like to request your help in removing her from her seat of power because she seems to be mad and abusing her power.
How do I know we can trust you?
Let me cover this one. I'll walk up and in Goblin
Okay.
say, I am Soul, a worthy warrior among the orcs and know of the goblin plight.
Okay.
Who is your chieftain? For I would ask for his help in the sacred rite of Get God and declare it against the lady who has oppressed you. Will you join me side by side in the time-honored tradition of Get God?
It was Vool, but where's my place? Does he have a name? Does he have a name? I don't have a cool name for this were-rat. What the hell?
Were-bat rat?
Were-bat rat. Oh yeah, not were-rat. Sorry.
Where that, Gabo?
Where you at, Bat?
Where are you at, Bat?
Think I become a
I
weird
have
rat?
a name.
You what?
Pink guy.
That's the clown's name.
In an interesting turn of events.
Yeah.
Okay. And in an interesting turn of events, Pink Eye actually found a house. Like a whole city that was just a bed. It's like, oh, Goblin time now.
Let's go get him.
We need to Gabo Market when we got Gabo Town.
And now you're all bats too. Sure. You know what the hell?
Chief. Is that the chief or is that the one we're talking to?
No, that he says, oh, Pink Eye came down.
May I speak with Pink Eye about joining forces to siege the lady?
Sam, I wish you had your phone right now so I could text you the thing to say.
It's over there. I can take it.
Here. No, it's like a thing. Here, take a picture of it.
You can take a picture of it.
You take a picture of it.
You can get it the exact thing.
Okay, fine.
I don't want to have any more information.
I don't know how to get to your camera though.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm so old.
About this city?
Yeah, that's the.
Oh.
That she wiped out.
That's just bigger.
It's a lot bigger than we
So it was
expected.
wiped out when her and her husband battled.
Mhm.
No, I think this was a group that she had
Yeah,
that
so
was
that's bottom grade
Wipes
part.
them out herself just because.
grown too big for the power.
So, am I in the right mode? Yeah. As he walks you down, you hear like a storyteller.
Okay, let's see how this goes. And so, faced with destruction, we cast out that glutton, the fool named Fool. Hardly the first pariah to be exiled for the greater good.
The greater good! All the goblins echo.
And with the fool named Fool God, peace has been assured. The Archdruid welcomes us again with open arms. Promises a sanctuary, believe me, brothers and sisters. Sanctuary!
Oh yeah, sanctuary! Sorry. That's why I needed to.
This is as good as it gets. The dragon's tame, druid is appeased, and all will be well as long as we continue to act in the greater good.
The greater good! As you walk up. Thank you for that cameo.
I don't think that's matched, but you know, that's what I
It's
decided
totally
to
good.
go for.
Yeah, I like it. As you walk up, as you are on the corner, where, I don't know, Tom, are you still on the roof with the birds?
I would have at this point because they're blind.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna hop down, dismiss
Okay.
the flame, and follow them.
Alright. I'm also going to call this probably about an hour.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Well, because I told you 20 minutes, and then this is probably 40 more. So let's do, unless you have warm weather clothing, or a, something about cold.
Resistance
Resistant to cold.
Ah!
Resistance or immunity. I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw if those do not apply to you.
So do we actually have a set of winter clothes or not?
No.
Okay.
I just had extra clothes in my
Mm.
bag, so I used them. I would have put them on. It doesn't
I'll
give
say-
you an advantage. So
Yeah. I'll say over time you might find more things, but
So it's Constitution?
Constitution saving throw.
Oh, sweet.
I'm gonna make this easy for you because you're honest with me. A 10 or higher, you're fine. Anything lower, you take 1 level of exhaustion.
Shit.
Well, with acclimated, that's 22, so...
You ready for now? Okay.
14.
Okay.
Got a couple close ones.
These are usually quite higher, so you know. Okay. So you approach this little cave, and there is a like a goblin leader. It's kind of weird. Telling a story to a circle of goblins, currently not in Werebat Farm. Whoa. Okay. Made Tomna really big for some reason. Go back.
He's got a large personality.
That's very true. Also reveal some of the space around you.
No, I'm not.
There we go. Okay.
Can you send us?
I sure can.
Thank you.
There's Pink Eye, apparently. His name, Pink Eye. Save changes. Okay. And he kind of looks up and... Can't, babe.
Hello. Can I do a curtsy to the leader?
You and your curtsies.
I like to be polite.
What are you doing down here?
Sound like Yoda.
I'm sorry. I can't do the cool. I'm sorry.
The druid requested us to come and exterminate you, but we would rather request your help to remove her, since she seems to, even though you guys are now being peaceful after overthrowing your...
Druid has welcomed us back.
Yeah, she hasn't. She still wants you exterminated.
No, she welcomed us back.
Then why did she hire us to come?
I don't believe you.
I'm telling the truth.
Do a persuasion check.
10.
Great. Natural 20. Totally believes you.
Me? Oh, yeah.
I know.
So
Insight check on their behalf?
Yeah, I incited her lies.
but I wasn't lying.
I know.
So,
Just couldn't persuade.
I don't know what your thing was, but natural 20 there.
we have spoken to the dragon, and he was also kind of under her spell and wants her overthrown. So we're hoping we could get you guys, the more the merrier, and make this place better without her here.
We are scared of her if you want her to. She wants to kill us. We have babies here. Why would we leave?
Well, you want to protect them.
We
I
want to
mean,
protect them here.
If we don't come, if we didn't come down here to warn you guys, she was going to come down and exterminate herself. So, I mean, you can help us overthrow her with our help and the dragon and survive, or if, you know, we're not successful because you guys didn't help us, she's going to come down against you guys.
Oh, she likes us. Oh wait, she doesn't. I think about this.
Did she tell you herself that you were welcome back in?
Yes, we kicked out Wool. Wool the Fool.
Where did you kick him out to?
Just kicked him out. I don't care where he goes. But he's not here.
I think you're the fool.
Rude!
She hired
Rude!
She hired us to kill you.
Did she pay you?
What would we gain from lying about this?
Overthrowing her for no reason?
She paid us in knowledge and directions.
I could give you knowledge and directions.
Can you tell us the way to 6th level?
Of course!
Which way is it?
Hold on. Oh, that's easy. Go up through the monastery, and then take it left, and then down the cave. It's right there. There's a
Nothing
secret tunnel.
There's a secret tunnel?
Tunnel secret there
There's a
is.
tunnel. You go in the cave, and then secret tunnel, and then
Is
you're
that across the bridge?
No, the other way.
So what would you do if she was overthrown?
Live?
And what would you do if she wasn't overthrown?
Live. Maybe die, but try to live.
So you won't join us in taking her out?
Maybe. Maybe we watch, and if you do well, we help. And if you do bad, we run.
That sounds like a great idea.
Okay, we do that. Yes?
So in Goblin, have them shinies for tribe.
Shiny's upstairs.
Soul, Orkkin, has the shinies, wants to hire your tribe to assist us. You get the shinies for assisting us.
Show Pink Eye the shinies.
Would hold out 59 shinies, gold coins. Say,
Specifically 59.
yeah, specifically 59 because I like keeping it evens.
That's not even.
Well, no,
This is the money that he has.
Oh, the one that you want. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull out that moss agate and like hand it to him.
Extra shinies.
Have them shinies to hire great pink eye
Me?
tribe.
Oh, all of us?
Whoa, fight 'em ones.
The Fightem ones. We have some Fightem ones. We have this many.
Perfect.
Good. 10
They
shinies.
have 4 fingers, right? So it's like
This many.
10 shinies for each of you, and for great pink eye, 9 shinies, but the great green agate.
Do a persuasion roll.
Can I
With
have assistance?
advantage.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
Cool boy.
Is there third
Modified
insurance?
20.
Uh-huh.
What's happening right now?
Pink Eye, yes.
Right. We'll hire
again. Pink Eye was a previous character that when we had a TPK, yeah.
Oh, you see what? Pink Eye.
That's true. Pink Eye and Princess Buttercup lives.
Oh.
We'll see. Everybody else, yeah. Somewhere in a room, I have something in my brain.
You
so you're-
absolutely would have brought the goblin market down here too.
That's not here right now. We'll see. You don't get to shop.
Were you both missing from that day?
No, not like the stuff. but
Oh,
like
okay. The people, yeah, he's sure for sure. But I would have loved people up there to like run the goblin market stuff. Yeah, this is something you would have done. And then become bitten by some
Yeah.
bats, and you know, the rest
So
is
we got a
history.
were-bat, goblin, barbarian.
Does he get the stats? The barbarian stuff?
Pink Eye not going. Pink Eye send the pokey ones. They're up in the thing. They're
don't
waiting.
wanna listen.
He makes a little weird noise. Here's your little.
noise.
No, the werebat noise. I don't know. Look, I'm not a bat. Another cool.
6 warriors going with us.
Yeah.
So, we found them, recruited them.
Hired them.
Yeah. Yeah, same.
It's like the least orc member in D&D would just come in and beat the crap out of one of them and then bully them.
I thought about
Fair.
I mean, if it was Pink Eye's stats, you might have a little bit more of a difficult time with that, but you know.
Have a get mad competition.
Suddenly goblins!
Oh yeah. He still has his sword.
So the ancestor totem versus the zealot just beat the shit out of each other.
And I'm gonna go. Now he's fast.
Coraline, in your head, I'm gonna stick with a slightly British voice, because why not?
Okay.
Another one with the heart of a poet. I think this might work out just fine.
I hope so. I know that you want to get home,
That would be so nice.
but I also know that you want to be more beautiful, which I find very hard for you. but
Go on.
We are here for many reasons, but I imagine that the further down we go in this mountain, the greater treasures we might find that have yet to be discovered.
Could be more beautiful.
Yes.
You pose a good point. Perhaps going home can wait until I am divine.
I mean, returning home more beautiful than anyone could even comprehend or look upon.
Will you tell me stories along the way, poet?
Yes, I can tell you stories. And I can sing songs.
I think as long as you continue to make me more beautiful, I think we have a deal.
On that, I'm going to pull out the bracer that has the 3 500 gold piece
Mhm.
dots in it, and like this.
Oh, yes, you could replace the third one.
I don't know if I need
I
it.
don't know how this works. Let's do a
This might not work.
sleight of what's dexterous? What's
Sleight of hand is dexterous.
no? Let's try that. Let's do a sleight of hand to pop out the gem without hurting the sword. I don't know.
Oh man, that's an natural 20.
Ooh, beautiful.
Plus 4.
You do such a good job.
Okay.
Yeah, so you replace that, no problem. Do you want to replace it in your?
So I'm going to say that I have a bracer with 2 pair of hearts
Yep.
and an emerald. I mean,
I don't know. I think it's an emerald colored blade. I don't know if that
oh,
it's.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, no, it is.
I'm
With
trying to look up
precious
a
gemstones.
picture of this, but I don't know if I have any.
It just says it has precious gemstones. So it
Okay,
could be
so it's
really anything.
one more precious than it was before. I don't know.
It's worth 500 gold pieces more than it was a minute
Okay.
ago, I guess, because the
Sure.
ones that I put in it. So I'm just gonna add that onto this.
Okay, sounds good.
Right.
I'll do more research when I.
There we go. I'm just writing that I put that.
Okay.
So
Sounds
that's
good.
what I have.
So you upgrade a little bit.
Unified her with so far.
Perfect. Okay. That was a nice little back to the Pink Eye Clan who lives again.
We're heading off towards war. Gotta go pick up a dragon on our way.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell the group, do you guys want to start marching that way with my increased speed? I can go get the dragon and catch back
What am I
up.
looking at?
Sure.
Do I want to roll for gemstones? I'll roll for
I'm just letting
gemstones.
you know that those are the
Hello,
values.
friends.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what the things are.
Well,
Let me.
So you don't need
Okay.
You can look at that later.
We'll look at it later. We'll figure it out later.
There's a
All right.
thing for it.
Okay. So you have a little bit of an army.
As I'm going to split from the group when we get like kind of back north a little bit, they're gonna start making their way, and I'm gonna use my speed to get to the dragon and let him know that we're marching on the tower.
Okay. So we're marching along. Gotta march. We can't like march over the things, I guess.
Well, these guys might
Take
go
the
away
time.
out of town.
That's
They
true.
can fly. So
That's
they're
true, they
just
fly. They're walking. There's the 3 that are walking and 3 that are flying.
Take a picture of it.
Hey!
It's sharpness.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's got an emerald blade.
So, silver short sword goes back in like the shoulder holster.
I'll just get you guys.
For everybody else's benefit, we'll post a picture of the sword of
Bringing
sharpness
out,
here.
bringing out Quetzalcoatl now. Like, oh yeah, it's wartime.
You just
I
get your
haven't
boss in
already
half.
started.
You
So
see?
drawn, which is why.
Turn it like a normal drive.
Oh no!
So you tell him you're ready.
Yeah,
And he
so I get up
says,
to the top of the tower
Okay.
while they're marching along
Alright.
to the other tower.
"Split the party, we will." Okay. And you say, "We're ready to go."
We're ready to go. I let them know that the rest of the group has already started making their way that way.
He kind of like yawns and stretches his wings and says, "I'll probably meet you there. I'm gonna take a nap first. I used my breath already, so." Okay.
And I will shout a step.
Okay.
Catch back up with the group.
Back to the party.
He can move a lot faster than us, so.
Mhm. You can fly. As you're walking through the forest, let's do another DC cold check. Where's that?
It's almost impossible for you to fail.
Hawk dice
Almost.
between a 1 and a 19.
If the DC doesn't change.
That's true.
That's true. Alright. This time it hasn't changed. We're still at a 10. So 10 and above, you're fine. 9 and below, you take 1 level of exhaustion.
Yay!
Yay!
High five, teammate!
Like, you guys are exhausted.
Just 1 level.
The disadvantage of ability checks.
Like initiative.
So you're walking through the forest. Are we just walking? Just
I mean,
keep
keep
a
a lookout.
lookout? Yeah, keep a lookout or something.
Yeah.
Alright.
I mean, we don't
Just wait.
even know where she
Looking
is.
for traps of any sort.
What's the command word?
Oh yeah, for light. Oh beautiful one, shine on. Who's my?
Command word.
I know. Listen.
No, it's so just like over the top and boisterous it makes sense.
But I can't do. Who's my scout?
I'm always the front and scouting ahead.
Alright, sounds like Bra and Lilith, I'll have one of you make a perception check at advantage.
Go for a rock, that's a normal roll for me.
Good point. Perception.
Mm-hmm.
118.
Sweet. You are not surprised at, where's my leg? Drop a level. What's happening?
So prevents that.
No, I can be surprised. I'm observant.
No, not alert. That's right.
Yeah.
It just means your passive perception. It makes it really hard to get snuck up on. Yeah, I remember. It's fine.
But I have someone with true sight for 120 feet.
Mm-hmm. Out of the woods.
But that doesn't necessarily prevent
Can
somebody
you
from hiding in the
set
woods.
No,
I
it's
sure
just-
can. Let me get back to the correct layer because I was in the GM layer, so I was hiding these things from you. Bzzz, come 3 giant wasps.
Ha.
Let's
Yeah.
Did I get a chance to message the group?
call
Do we see them?
it a night.
Aw.
We have 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Take on 3 wasps.
It's 3 wasps.
It's 3 wasps.
I've
right
learned
now.
that these 3 wasps can be kind of annoying, you guys.
Pesky.
Pesky. Alright, just as a reminder, next Sunday at Farmstrong, the Sunday, sorry, this coming one, which is the 18th of August, 2019, because we're going to go on it for infamy, you guys. The Sunday after that, which is the 25th, we will be in Ferndale doing newbie night, so if you have no idea how to play and want to make your character and play, please come join us. And then 2 Sundays after that, we'll be back in Ferndale doing our D&D up there, pretty close to Canada.
All the events are on Facebook.
Mhm.
Please sign up
Yeah.
so we have enough people to accommodate everyone.
Yep. So that way we know, because if we're in Mount Vernon, we have people who live up the road. If we're in Ferndale, it's a good
It's a
hour
little
for.
more complicated.
Yeah, we can't just call somebody to appear because we're not that cool. We don't fly or anything.
Wait a while.
Yeah. So please join us. Please sign up. There's a link on all of the Facebook pages, so that way I know who to call to come join us. Other than that, we will see you in a week to go do this showdown with Willow. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.